I want you to help me sing it too. I want everybody to hear me when I say that the blues is back and it's here to stay. Let me explain it to you. I used to have someone that meant the whole world to me, but she left me for someone else, left my heart in misery. That's when I found out the blues would always be a part of me. Let me tell you this. You see, when she left me, she gave me the blues. That was the last thing I thought I could use. But now I'm glad she left me. I'm glad she gave me the blues. You see, I went out and found me. I went out and found me someone new. That's why I can say this tonight. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. Oh, hey, hey, the blues is all right. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. It's all right. It's all right. Every day and night. Let's testify. Say it again, y'all. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. 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 It's all right. It's all right. Every day and night. I'm gonna play it for you now. I'm glad she left me. I'm glad she gave me the blues. You see, I'm grateful to the blues. It was the blues that brought me to you. Yeah. You see, if she had never given me the blues, I never would have found someone sweet like you. That's why I can say it, y'all. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. Oh, hey, hey, the blues is all right. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. It's all right. It's all right. Every day and night. I just gotta say it again. Y'all help me testify. Hey, the blues is all right. Say it. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. Oh, hey, hey, the blues is all right. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. It's all right. It's all right. Every day and night. Do it again. Say it. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. You said, hey, hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world, this is Uncle Funky Larry Jones, and it's now time for the Poppa C Blues and Southern Soul Show with your host, DJ Poppa C.
That's right. I'm your host. Good evening, and happy Monday. And thank you all for joining us again on our Blues and Southern Soul Show.
Yeah.
I hope your weekend was just as adventurous as mine. I mean, well, mine wasn't really adventurous. It was really boring. I didn't do anything, really. Sat around for the most part, as I normally do. Good evening, Lady Audrey. Calvin Face Stamps. My brother's checking us out, Wayne. Welcome to the Poppa C Blues and Southern Soul Show. As y'all can tell, Unc is in the building already. He just couldn't wait. But Unc, I don't know, because Lady Audrey, she had a comment already. She said, is it Uncle Funky or Stevie? So,
Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
but Lady Audrey, in all fairness, he asked me about those glasses that he had on earlier. So,
Well, you know, these are literally old school blue blockers. You know, night vision.
So I had it right.
You did? Yeah, you have to. So someone in my family thought it'd be a pretty cool idea because they know I'll try anything, right? So I said, well, and since we have a guest coming on who's really the truth of the 80s. So when I showed Aubrey, she said, you look like somebody from the 80s. I'm like, well, yeah. Pass through that door. So, but anyway, yeah.
Well,
I
man.
got a thing. Hey, man.
Yeah. That's a good spot for him. Wherever you put him, that's a good spot right there.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we have the Mad Hatter is in today, and Jay King from Club Nouveau.
Yeah.
And when I talked to Matt last week, he let me know he's just going to be finishing up at the radio station. So instead of us having our hour-long dialogue, I'm going to go ahead and bring the Matt in because I'm sure he's ready to get home to his family and his babies and his children. And so they can climb all over him and say, Dad, Dad, Dad. So y'all say hello to the one and only, the man who's been over here, over there, and back over here and over there. The Mad Hatter.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Mr. Mad, everybody.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Hey, man.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. You're talking about kids crawling all over me. I don't have kids anymore. Two of them super grown, and I do have one baby. He just celebrated his 4th birthday this weekend, so he had a birthday extravaganza with granddad in town, and he was worn out, stayed in the water from dawn till dusk, as they say. So he had a pretty thrilling birthday week.
There you have it.
Okay, proud Poppa. Well, hey man, thanks for taking out your time. I know you're at the radio station and
yes, sir,
trying to get home, but I appreciate you taking out the time to spend the time on our Blues and Southern Soul show. You know, it is Blues and Southern Soul, and I've had a lot of artists, just about everybody you can name on the show. But also, I like the diversity of the show, where we have guests as yourself. I've had the Texas Radio Hall of Famer, Uncle Funky. I've had city council members, state representatives, business owners. Now we got the Miggity Mad Hatter.
Well, I had a blues album. I had a Southern Soul blues album.
I was going to let you know about that, Pop. And by the way,
I really didn't, but I'm just saying.
Texas Radio Hall, hey, Pop.
At least
Texas
it's called
Radio
Down
Hall
South.
of Famer himself, so don't exclude that fact that he too is a member of the hall.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
When did that take place?
Might as well go and go down south while you got him here, because you know he's gonna be modest. He ain't gonna take no credit for it. But this is when
I'm happy to be here, gentlemen. I'm happy to be here. I don't remember when I received it. Probably after Mr. Larry received his, but I truly really don't remember the year.
Actually, man, you were 7 years before me. I was nominated 7 times before I crossed the threshold. But
go to show how much I know.
but the cool part about it, what you and the original Mad Hatter Morning Show did for us, the city, was absolutely phenomenal. I thought you had one of the best ensembles of any crew that I've had a chance to work beside or across the street from.
Thank you.
Yeah, you, Mac, Jimbo, that entire team, dedicated to community, had a whole lot of fun, and did radio in a level that I thought was exceptional. City first, people first, and I really was one of those people who felt a certain way when that show was disassembled. I thought it truly was a disservice to the city and a disservice to the men and women who helped you build that show over the years. And that's the honest to God's truth, man. The Mad Hatter Morning Show was a staple, consistent, always good, always funny. And truth be known, Papa, the reason why we celebrate 713 Day is because of the Mad Hatter Morning Show.
We take no credit for that.
You should. You should.
I will not. I give all that to the Don Little Kiki. That's all his. We happen to just be a regular radio show trying to be interesting and entertaining for the city. That's the only co-sign on that, I'll give it. But love the city, everything I think that 713 means for this city. It's turned into a whole phenomenon, which those kind of things can happen in this city. So I take no credit for it. I just happen to be in a great city that's embraced me all these years, and I'll take that and bow down to it. I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative.
And just take that one statement out. There's nothing regular Manhattan Marshall. All right.
Oh, we had a good run, man. We had a good run. The organization was like, they really wanted me to do something different at the time. And just in the end, I was like, that's not exactly how we talked about this. So I decided that I would take my talents elsewhere, so to speak, and had an incredible 4-year tenure at Texas Southern University. Didn't expect that, but it was really fun. It was one of the most enjoyable spaces of time in my life. It was just a really great time. I don't know if walking away from radio made it great, but my son was just born. I was able to be more family oriented. Then COVID happened, and I hate that during that bad time for the country, it was such a great time for me. But I just, all the years I had worked, I never had a separation. It was great. And honestly, I didn't anticipate ever joining the pack again. But we talked to the man at the very, very top, and this is what he wanted. So I said, I'll see how much time I can lend to this until my son gets a certain age. So we'll see.
Well, you're truly who you are, man. And like I said, the city is better for you. Quick question: are you a military brat? Did your beginning start overseas? Did I understand that correctly? Or
my dad was military, very outspoken man, so he never made it to E9. Much like myself, I guess I took in my father's footstep. We are very outspoken people about certain things we feel passionate about. But yeah, I'm a military kid, and we traveled a lot from Hawaii to Kentucky. But I really call North Carolina home.
Okay.
Hate to say military brat, but definitely the whole family was military. And if it wasn't for my love of music, I would have been military too. I loved everything about the Army. I loved to travel. I loved what I thought it meant when I was younger. And when your uncle and your cousins and everybody in your family and your brother have joined that community, you obviously feel like you're going to join that community as well. But music was just calling me, and I had to say, well, let me hear or be attentive to what's calling me. And if it doesn't call me correctly, I'll turn back around and make this my career, being in the military. But music worked out in a very unusual way. Didn't really even expect to have a 30+ year career in broadcasting. I just went to a radio station one day and was asking one too many questions. And the lady said, you should be on the radio. And she gave me the name Mad Hatter, Yvonne Anderson. Shout out to her. And you can always go back in your life, and there's 3 to 4 people who are the catalyst for putting you in place and why you are whom you are. And she was definitely one of the first, if not the first person that without that, fateful meeting, my life is probably a different life.
So was North Carolina the beginning of the radio career? I think
it was. It was.
And from North Carolina to where?
North Carolina. It started in North Carolina. I went to North Carolina A&T. That's why when I went to TSU, representing my Tigers, I just thought, oh, I see what you're doing, big man. You bringing it full circle. But decided on a whim. It was very last minute. I'm one of those kind of people. I had applied for 3 universities, Fayetteville State. I think the other was Wake Forest. I don't remember very well. And North Carolina A&T. I didn't really plan on going to college. I had a little girlfriend at the time. I thought that was going to be my life, and end up being a manager at Hardee's, if anybody remembers what that is. And my friend John King, another one of the catalysts that you don't meet this person on this fateful day, your life changes. He said he was going to North Carolina A&T, and I was like, oh yeah, I got accepted to that school. I'm going to North Carolina A&T too. And in 2 months or a month, I was in Greensboro, North Carolina, majoring in communications, not necessarily understanding or knowing what that was. And everything started there. Probably the very first semester after I walked to that college radio station, and my life took a turn.
So, what gave you the confidence to? I may know the answer to this, but just let me get this out. What gave you the confidence to put together your musical career as a performer? And I'll finish the tail end of that when we get your answer. But what was the catapult to say, I can do this, or at least I want to try to do it?
I think I grew up in the early parts of hip hop being historic, not necessarily from New York, but I would get these New York mixtapes as a very, 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 very young kid. And I just knew that it was calling to me in a particular way. Actually, me and my father didn't bond on too many things, but I don't know if you guys remember, but since we're talking blues and Southern soul, there was a artist by the name of Blowfly.
Yeah.
Blowfly has some filthy Southern blues, hip hop, and he doesn't get the credit that I think that he deserves as it relates to hip hop, but that's a whole nother story. But we would get these tapes as kids, and I would listen to these raps, and I just thought it was so interesting. My father overheard it one time, and we had a long discussion, but he was really, really cool with it. So it brought us together. But my career started with the love of hip hop, and I always loved music. At some point, I don't know how I got turntables and microphones and all this stuff. I think the people in my community where I grew up in North Carolina, a lot of people saw potential there, so things would just end up in my house. I still have no clear way of remembering how. Some of it I do and won't speak of, but it would end up in my house. And from there, I just continued to do it. So I was always known for music my entire life. Most people would probably, initially it was all for rap. Then I started doing some R&B stuff and won a talent show out the blue, thinking I could sing like Prince, but actually came in second place. And music was a very integral part of my life forever and always. When I went to school, I actually thought that I would end up in New York, probably being a producer. But, sometimes life, just like I said before, it takes you down this mysterious highway and you just ride it. And I did. At some point, and side note, when I was in college, I did have a blues label in jazz. I had an artist. I still can't figure out how I did this as a college kid with no money, but I had a record label called Cool Jazz Recordings, and the artist's name was Melva Houston. She released blues and jazz. I put out one major album. It was a live album. The young brother at the college was named A.B. A Wild, legendary to me in my lifetime. Passed away, R.I.P. to A.B., but he produced the album. I was the executive producer and put it out, and that was my first foot into it. I was always connected to all these musicians, and I always produced and was doing music. So while I was doing radio in college, I had a little blues jazz record label, and it was just always something I was interested in. When I got to Houston, though, you give up things and you start to super focus on one of those kind of people, and radio became everything. And then at some point when I forgot what year I put out the first album, my interest in music, I was around, again, all these musicians and Crazy C, aka Simon Cullins, all these great producers in Houston, and they started helping me put together an album. And next thing you know, I had an album, and I put it out because I'm one of those kind of people. I'll wake up and say, you know what, I think I'm going to put out an album tomorrow. And I just do things, still that way to this day. And it just went from there, and I got lucky and had put out a single in 97, I believe it was, with a song called Say What You Want to Say. It did okay. And then a year or two later, I released another song called Down South, and that's the one that, had Youngster on it, and Youngster and Slim Thug took it and made it their own record. And I was just, who cares about what my 16 or 18 bars was? I'm just the guy singing on it with a fake CeeLo accent, and the song worked. Shout out to Crazy C again for a massive track, and I'm appreciative to all of them. It was a good time.
Matt had it inside Poppa C's Blues and Southern Soul Show. We've learned a ton. I'm intrigued. at such an early age in college that you formed a record label. You want to be a label exec, or you were a label exec, and you may still be one. And some of our heads were nowhere near that. We were performing or wanting to be in a different zone. But more props to you in that particular space.
Thank you.
Which I find super cool. And I don't think there was a bigger fan of Down South in Houston, Texas than Uncle Funky Larry Jones. Because he was like, "You're playing that as a talk bed?" I said, "I sure am."
Well, thank you.
We're on different radio stations, Pop. And you do know that Smat had a song, and you do know he's on 97.9 The Block. I said, "You do know I just left there. And you do know I don't care. You do know this song relates to me. And I can use the instrumental however I choose to do that." And you're like, man, Funky Larry Jones playing your song. Yeah, okay. It's America. Why should that be such a big deal? That always fascinated me. Like, man, how can you do that? How do you do what you do? You just do.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
No,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, man. The whole piece to this day, because I have it on some tape or CD or something. I play in the car and I'm like, I forgot. There it is. Down South is where I play.
Well, you know what's so funny about that song? It actually was originally it was an Outkast. It was for Outkast. Outkast had a song called Rosa Parks.
Okay.
Crazy C was doing all these massive.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yeah, that very same group, but they had a song called Rosa Parks. By the way, they got sued for the Rosa Parks song, which that's why Down South, I Got It. Simon did this, and we still can't find it to this day. I wish we could find the original remix that he did to Rosa Parks, because he put like a banjo or harmonica. It was something crazy Simon put in it, but it was a crazy breakdown in the song. But the group, after they got in the lawsuit, they would not use Mr. Simon's remix. So on a whim, I just, "Hey Simon, since Outkast ain't gonna use that track, can I have it?" He like, "I don't care." And he just literally was just that simple. He just gave it to me and let me do whatever I was doing on it. So shout out to my boy Crazy C, aka Simon Cullins. He was nice enough to pass me this gem of a track, and I knew it was going to be something after I put Youngster and Slim Thug on it. They were at that particular time the best of the South, the best of the North. You put a good hook on it, and you just somehow hang in there. You know, you do your best to hang on tight when you got these two legendary guys, and they made a great song, man. So the hook, the beat, Youngster, Slim Thug, thank you. Yeah.
Now, we stood side by side in two different worlds, the hip hop lane and the R&B lane. My curiosity is, with Slim Thug, you, Lil Kiki, the entire Houston music scene. So we're talking early 90s, 2000s.
Yeah, late 90s for
late
me.
90s, early
Mid to late 90s, very, very early 2000s, maybe up to like 2002, 3.
What was the vibe nationwide to what you guys were producing here, as opposed to what was coming out East Coast or West Coast?
Oh, that's a great question, Mr. Larry. I don't think a lot of people saw the South coming the way that they did. Ghetto Boys had pretty much owned the Houston lane for several years, although there were several groups in this city, I think, that were impactful besides, obviously the DJ Screws and with Michael Watts, RIP to both of those gentlemen, what they brought to the table. But there was the SPC, there was Botany Boys, there were so many legendary groups at that particular time. There were so many people supporting the South in an incredible way. It was just a matter of time before all these guys just broke out the way that they did. It was just a matter of time. At some point, you just can't deny what they're doing. And I think they had been shut out. I think the South had been shut out for several years. But, with the likes, like I said before, the Scarfaces and the Willie D's, after a while, they start to break through, and you can't ignore what these guys bring to the table. And things just changed. Things just happened and changed. And it's never gone back since, you know. So shout out to all those guys, Paul Wall, Chameleon, there, everybody from H-Town. They're all significant parts of what this thing became.
And you mentioned, I was just about to ask you about Paul Wall and the Mike Jones. They became a sound for me that you could easily identify, that brought pride, you know, because I'm like, man, I've either hosted shows with these guys, or you guys had them up at the radio station for interviews. It was just really a really cool Houston pride to see the world finally giving H-Town, or the H-Town sound, the props that y'all deserve.
I have to be. It was exciting. It was nice to be able to have a front row seat at watching what was happening. You know, I had a bird's eye view of it, man. It was, like I said, it was great to see that mid '90s to early, you know, and I might even say mid 2000s period. It was super exciting, man, to watch these guys who were just putting out mixtapes that nobody never thought anything was going to happen with. Next thing you know, independently, they're doing exceptionally well. This is without the backing of, you know, major labels. That was unheard of at the time, and a lot of people couldn't understand how the South was doing what it was doing independently. It was a lot of records being sold in this city. Shout out to Southwest Wholesale, who's distributing all of our product, man. They, you know, that was also a catalyst in making this city great, because it had distribution right down the street, and everybody could go dump off their product there, and these guys would get it all across the country. So shout out to Robert Gilliam, RIP to him, who also passed away, but was an integral part of what, you know, these guys were doing.
Mr. Matt, can you explain for the grandpas and grandmas listening tonight, how did the chop and screw era come into play? I'm married to a young lady who is 56 years old, a Wheatley graduate, and she's, if you put that cassette or CD in my car with that devil music, I'm gonna kick you and my son out the car. She just didn't feel. I thought it was hilarious because it just sounded like somebody slowed something down and was having fun. How did that really start?
I don't want to sit here, because I think in this city, that lifestyle, that music, that genre is so ingrained. I don't never like to speak on it from a expert position. Okay. Like I said, I was a bystander watching it as it happened. I think when it was first happening, you know, there were certain people that didn't understand what was going on for several years. Even after it was super popular, they still, you know, you would say the name DJ Screw 'em, you know, older folks be like, oh my God, you can say that in the city now, and it doesn't even get an eye lift. But during those early stages, you know, it could sound bad because just the connotation of the word screw, you know what I mean? And in this city, it changed that word and its negativity and made it something positive. But I never like to speak on it like it happened in my bedroom. I always refer people, whenever anybody start linking me to it, I always defer to somebody else. You know, you want that story, you have to go to the little Kikis and folks like that actually lived with DJ Screw and were on those tapes, and those guys could tell that story. Like I said, I was an innocent bystander that had it happen. When it was happening, though, you just know that you just liked it. I can't even explain to you why people liked it. I can't explain to you why I liked it. As soon as I heard it, it was just different. I can't explain it. When I first heard it, though, I was like, that's dope. That's dope. And the more you heard it, the more you liked it. And it went with a particular lifestyle as well. But even if you didn't live that lifestyle like some of those folks, I think you could still enjoy the music. And I did. You know, and out of that, you know, Southside had their thing with Screw, and it was a citywide thing. And then Watts came along and started making his thing with the Swisher House. You know, there's huge stories there. Like each of these entities could certainly have movies, but the movies, people will sit there and dispute the movies as the movie is playing. So whoever tells the story, man, good luck to them. But it's a very territorial city. And when you talk about its music and its culture, everyone has strong opinions. I just find myself after all these years, I like to see myself out of it. I don't want to speak as a professional on it. I'm a guy that was accepted by the city, that was allowed to sit here and birth my child and have a career. And I'm thankful that they allowed me to be a participant and get a bird's eye view of some of the great things that they did. And that's my assessment of it. But all of it is great. It is such a tradition that those folks left to the city and contribution as well. It's unmeasurable to me. So
Appreciate your humility. I truly understand. Take us through your experience on the Jason lyric.
You just grabbing some of this stuff. It's late. Jason,
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Here's the funny thing about the Jason's lyric movie. I've only seen it once. I can't watch it. When they asked me, here's the truth of this story. When they asked me to do it, and I can't remember the brother, he passed away too. I can't remember the executive producer. All these were big time people. But when they came down here, obviously they had to get permission from the radio station to use the call letters. Then they came to me, asked me if I would do what I did. And after I did my parts, they came back and said, can you do it with a country accent? Because the movie takes place in Houston, Texas, and they have country accents. I said, no.
Yeah.
They have Houston accents, but they don't talk like, this and that. Now, certain areas they might, but I just didn't know the city to be that particular way and talk that particular way. And I'm kind of like one of those, I just follow my own, I do my own thing. And when they ask me to do it, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. The way I talk on the radio is the same voice I'm talking in right now. This is the way I talk on the radio here. And if this is supposed to be taking place in the city in which I live, I'm not going to create a voice for your movie that's based on Houston, Texas, with some voice that I would never use on the radio.
Someone else's perception of Houston.
So yeah. I told them no, and I didn't think I was going to hear anything more of it. The actual executive producer, like Doug McHenry, maybe is his name, but he called me on the phone. I couldn't believe it. And right there in the kitchen on the 15th floor where the station was, hey man, they told me that you wouldn't do now my part is so minuscule in this movie. You got all these major actors and you're worried about some dude doing this voiceover, acting like he's working at the radio station. He's like, man, I just respect you so much that you told them no. Yeah. I'm like, I live in this city. I can't do that. Now, if you want to bring somebody else in, sir, I said you can do whatever you want. I'm cool. I don't really need to do your movie. I'm happy. I'm doing my thing in Houston, Texas. I'm gonna survive. I don't need to do this. And he was like, you know what? I want you to go in the studio and do whatever you want. Wow. J Mac, my witness to this. So I went in there not thinking that they were going to use anything. I just defied the director, the producer, the people who put money on this. I don't think they're going to use anything that I do. So I didn't care. So I went in our studio at the radio station and I was saying all kind of crazy stuff that I did not think that they were going to use in the movie. And when they went and they did the premiere, and I was like, oh my God, they're using it for real. They put it in the movie. I couldn't believe it. It was some weird jokes that I was cracking about. Yeah. Cops melting in the front of the summit when the summit was over there. Yeah. And everything that I said that it was just jokes for me, they put it in the movie. But, being at the premiere, you hearing people were actually laughing at this silly stuff I was saying. But I was like cringing, like, oh, man, this is terrible. But the people in the audience seemed to love it. They did not like the fake country accents, and due to that, I appreciate that they did this movie in the city. I was never a big fan of I just didn't think that people, particularly on the South Side of Third Ward, Texas, talked the way that they were portrayed in the movie. So again, after the premiere, I've never seen it again, but I'm appreciative that they shot this movie. I understand it was incredible. I have seen bits and pieces of it. So what I've seen as from a movie perspective, I like that, but I did not like the country voice thing that they were doing.
Twang they wanted you to do.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was representative. And all the actors did it, but I didn't think it was representative, truly representative of the city. But, you know, it is what it is.
All right. Mad Hatter, 5 things our audience would never guess about you that you can share tonight.
Whew, I'm boring.
Yeah.
I'm not really into the action. I don't like to go out. I don't like to hang out. I'm super hyper, overly focused. What sounds like fun to you on the radio is not fun to me. I don't enjoy it. It's just business for me. It's something that I learned as a skill, and I it's a technical skill that I learned, and I understand what my job is and what I'm trying to achieve, and I address the job that way. It is a technical job, and there's a particular feeling or goal that I'm trying to meet or reach when I'm on the air, that I want the listener to get out the experience. And I take it very, very seriously. So I'm hyper serious, but on the radio, especially during the morning show years, I probably sounded like I was having the greatest time in the world, but it's all well thought out. There's a reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. And the people probably working with me, if you ask them, they would probably give you some different ways to explain my temperament and how the show was handled. But they knew it was coming from a place of love and concern and teaching. I don't know. I'm other than that, I'm just a basic person. I don't know 5 things interesting about me. I love music still. I think most people probably do know that. I don't know if there's a hidden thing about me that, oh, that's different.
Well, I mean, are you a fisherman? Do you build model?
No, I don't.
Do you have an,
I'm sad to say, because of my focused mindset.
Yeah.
At an early age, I knew what I wanted to do, and so I didn't worry about anything else. I said something on the radio the other day. I don't know if I'm really a man. I don't know how to fix these things. I don't know how to barbecue. I don't know how to do a cookout. I've never done any of those things. I don't like to hang out in my house and watch the game with the fellas. I think it's dumb. I don't want to do those things. I just hyper focused on the business that I'm in, and some of the things that I think that you should enjoy doing as a man, fishing and putting things together and making sure that they work. I figured that I'm going to work hard enough to have enough money for somebody else to do it. And so that was always my goal, was to make sure that you have enough saved, you have enough invested. I do, have investments and homes and things of that kind of stuff. So I've always been hyper money driven. And I think when you grow up broke and poor, you're one of two, you're the two. You grow up broke and poor yourself, or you're hyper vigilant about money. And in our business, I thought that, you know what, never give them the opportunity to control you because they think that they got you because of what you make. I've always, be able to walk away from something was always my testimony, and which I did at some point. But I'm always a believer in, don't have it where somebody else can control you or your future. Put yourself in a position where you can control your future to some degree. So, I've made investments and, own homes and all kind of stuff like that. But I will mention that I did a child's book. I will mention that my son's book that's out now on all platforms. If you go to my, so funny, I've never promoted nothing like this until this moment.
That's why you're here, sir. We love you like that.
But Poppa said, I want to get you on, and I didn't have anything to talk about. It was ironic that I started promoting this book because I'm going on a book tour with the Houston Public Libraries, and all that information to be on the madhatter.com website. But one of my friends told me, if you write the book, you need to do something with it, because it started off it was very simple. My wife, when she was pregnant, I was making up silly raps to her stomach, and she was laughing, and she said, "Oh, that's so cute. You should put it in a book." And I'm one of those kind of, you say so, I'm one of those kind of people, maybe I should. And I just figured out how to do it, and I did it. And I wasn't really overly excited until the guy that I had to do the artwork for me, shout out to my friend Holly, who connected me to the guy who did the artwork.
Put the
by the
book
name
back
of
up
Adam.
again, Mr.
By the
Matt,
name
if you
of
don't mind.
Adam.
That's your son.
It is. It is. It is.
Excellent. Excellent. That is good. And congratulations, by the way, friend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But what really got me is when he saw the picture and I said, "Hey, son, who's this?" He said, "Ooh, picture of me." This is when he was like 2.5. And I'm like, wow, he noticed it. And then I had the guy make a picture of his mother. And he's like, "Oh, who's this?" "Oh, that's mommy." And then the picture had another man's face for his father. And I'm like, "Oh, no, we ain't going to have no book with my son and
Right.
my wife with another man on it." I'm like, "Hey, man, I hate to do this to you. And I know you're done. But can you take one of my old photos from 2018 when I really loved the way I looked then. I was like 250 pounds and big and cut up. And I loved when I was that size.
Yeah.
And he made that picture. And then when I showed my son and he said, "Oh, daddy, that looks like you." I'm like, "Oh, the book's complete now." And I just put it out. And really it was just to have a book for my son. So all the books that he would see a face of him, and it would be telling the story of him thinking like an entrepreneur, not to be working for somebody else, to be thinking to work for yourself. And I feel like at a young age, you start putting that information in their heads and they don't know that they're being indoctrinated into a way of thinking. But I think you started early so that it's natural. So by the time he gets 18, 19, he's already thinking, "Hey, Dad, this is my business. This is what I'm doing." And, I'm trying to put him more ahead of the curve than I think I was. No disrespect to my family or father. I think he did what he did with what he could. And
Yeah, sure.
RIP to him.
So it's his story, your son's story, the book.
It is the story that will be his one day. The book is about a young kid who gets the keen idea. Mom, there in the family, there's a tradition of this lemonade that she creates. That's in the family tree, so to speak. All the family make this special lemonade, and he asked Mom for the ingredients of this special concoction lemonade.
Right.
And he comes up with the wise idea that, "Mom, this is so good." And then, we live in Houston, Texas. It's so hot here. I'm going to create a lemonade stand and sell lemonade to all the kids on the block. And this very young man, he does that. He corrals two of his friends because, to make the dream work. We used to always hear this, Larry, to make the dream work, teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
So I also instilled that part into the book that, he got a team. Most importantly, after he got a team, he also paid his team, because I think that's important. And that it was blocked, but he did great. And I called it Cases, Little Adventures, thinking maybe if I do something with it one day, he'll have several more. The adventures is really him as he's growing up until adulthood, that he has several adventures. If it turns into a book series, fine. But the thought is that he will have several adventures in his lifetime.
Absolute Mad Hatter. Absolute Mad Hatter. Straight, no chaser. Absolute pure 100%. And I said 100. Not.
And can I say something? And for those, if you have kids or grandkids, I'll be at 3 Houston libraries. Again, all this stuff is on my madhatter.com website. But the first stop would be the African American Library at the Gregory School from 3 until 4:30 on August 1st. And all the other dates will be there. So every Saturday in August, I'll be going to Houston Public Libraries doing that with them. So,
well, I cheated and wrote down the dates, man. So people that's
it's all sitting the 1st, the 8th, and the 15th. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, tell me about you.
Go ahead.
I Am a Dream Scholarship.
The I Am the Dream Scholarship. I actually started this when I was at TSU, still working, giving kids $10,000. Of course, it's 10 kids, $1,000 each, but it's a $10,000 overall deal. It's originally started because at that particular time, I think it was 23, it was the 60th anniversary of MLK's I Have a Dream speech. And so I created the I Am the Dream Scholarship, where I was going to give kids money, and then they have to go to social media and make a dreamer vision video, if you will, 60 seconds or less, telling me about why they are the dream and what Dr. King's dream meant to the community, impact, and all this good stuff. And so I put it to the side for a while because I came back to radio and I wanted to hyper focus on doing what needed to be done at the radio station at Magic. But now I want to get back to serving my true purpose, and that's giving back. And so now I opened it up for, because I went to a historically Black university. Shout out to North Carolina A&T if anybody's out there. Aggie Pride. But love TSU, love PV. So I've decided to split it up this time, and 5 students will get hooked up at TSU and 5 at PV to score the $1,000 scholarship. And they have to just be in the school of, all those artsy programs under the School of Communication and Movie and Music and all this kind of stuff. But all the details are on the Mad Hatter website. You can see it there. All the details are there. Everything is on the website.
Well, I got to ask, man.
Sure.
I was curious when I first heard you years ago, about 40 years ago on the radio. And I had never seen you. I said, I guess he comes to work with like a different hats on every day. The reason he's a Mad Hatter. So,
no, you know how that originally happened. Again, the lady who was responsible for giving me the name when I was in college, Run DMC. Obviously, you guys are familiar with the group. They used to wear these like Stetson hats. I used to love those hats, and I loved Kangos too. And I had one I was really, I was like Linus, man. I had to have a hat on my head, man. I come from one of those kind of families. And I had one for the shower. I would not take off, at the time when you go to college, it's open rain when you take a shower, but I'll be there, everybody taking a shower, but I got a Stetson hat on my head. I know that everybody probably thought I was crazy, but that was just me. So I had hats. That one was when I played basketball. This one, and it's the Run DMC Stetson hat. So I guess people knew who I was on the college campus because I was just different. I dressed different. I just move differently, man. I don't move with the crowd, man. I was always kind of like a solo thinking kind of character. And when I went to the radio station, she said, "You know what? I like you and all the questions you asked. You should call yourself the Mad Hatter." At that particular time, did not know that there was another Mad Hatter. I would learn that years later when I had to get ordained to continue carrying on the legacy of the Mad Hatter name. That's a whole nother story, but it was a very gangster, mafioso type story that took place for me to get the permissions to keep going. And that's actually why I don't spell my name like Mad Hatter like it's supposed to be spelled. There's a reason why I spell it with the MADD space HATTA. But yeah, I just always wore hats. So she said, "You should call yourself the Mad Hatter." I thought at some point I would go back to calling myself, my real name is Ben. I thought, and they used to call me Benny Chill because I was just cool or laid back or whatever you want to call it. So I felt at some point I would go back to that, but I'm one of those kind of people. I zone in, and I guess I zoned in so fast I started making a little name for myself with the Mad Hatter name. So I never had the opportunity to go back and say, I guess I could have did what some artists do, the artist formerly known as, but at this point, I'm an old man. I'm not doing that. This is who I was. When I quit radio a couple of years back, when I first quit, I remember being in the gym working out, and a guy worked over to me like doing this. "Man, I know you from somewhere. I know you from somewhere." And I said, "Ben Thompson, how you doing?" And that dude said, "Hey, man, I know who you are. Don't ever do that again, man. You can always be Mad Hatter at us." It almost made me cry. He like sat there and just reprimanded me. "Man, you did this." He like had the whole itinerary of my whole life in Houston. "You did this and you did that and you did that. Don't ever do that, man. You the Mad Hatter to us, man. Da 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 da." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know." And you never know how important you are. I'm good at knowing all the hate. I was never really good at embracing the love, though, that came with having the job. I'm unfortunately, because of J Mac, you embrace all the hatred and all the bad things you hear people say, but I never really heard the good things that people say. But obviously to survive so long, there had to be some good in it. But when I walked away, I heard a lot of the good, and there probably was a whole bunch of people happy that I was gone. So I'm happy to be back so they can be upset again.
Anyway, hey, Poppa.
If it's going to be my presence that's going to make you upset.
Boy, you are wild. Poppa C.
Yo.
WGOK, Mobile, Alabama is where the Mad Hatter originated.
30 seconds. Give me this, Larry. Give me the 30 seconds. The real Mad Hatter was huge. I did not know this.
Yeah.
I come to Houston, all of a sudden I'm making all these waves. All these people know who I am. I'm like the new hot young radio cat. And I go to one of those radio conferences. I miss those. And the Mad Hatter's there and all the OGs of radio, all the big names you can think of. And, you know, it's an organization. It's like being in a frat. And, you know, they were all sitting around drinking whatever that hard liquor is they were drinking. They were all sitting around looking like the mafia. Everybody go, that's such and such, that's such. They was all there though. And somebody like, hey man, Mad Hatter, he's here and he wants to talk to you. So I went over to it was like the whole mafia radio conglomerate was there. So I very humbly came over there. He was sitting on the big chair. Let me talk to you, young blood. So I knelt down. He was whispering in my ear. But overall, it was just, hey, man, I see what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know how you're doing it. I like the way you're doing it. Respect. Keep doing what you're doing, young blood. And it's kind of like he gave me the ping. You can keep it moving. As soon as I got back to Houston, I'm like, I'm not going to spell my name like his anymore out of respect. I'm going to change it so people know that that's the original Mad Hatter. And I'm this young whippersnapper that's gotten this name that he can't get away from. So that's that.
Legacy is special, man. And, having walked through that door myself, I truly understand. But you've, again, as we started at the top of the show, you brought something extraordinarily special in entertainment value that will forever be remembered. And your legacy with your book, your kids, your commitment to the city, it's what really legendary stuff is made of. Although you just do what you do because it's your heart. You know, I'm not doing this to be a legend. I'm not doing it to try to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm helping some kids out who need help with scholarships in school. And this is the mindset. But props to you, sir. Thank you for your time this evening. I appreciate it.
Quickly remember, you know, when they give you so much, Mr. Larry, it would be a shame if you did not give back into a city that's given me so much. I think it's the least that I can do. So salute to Houston. I'm appreciative. Poppa, thank you for allowing me to be a part. Mr. Larry, the legendary Funky Larry Jones, thank you for allowing me to be a part of what you guys do here this evening. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey man, I really appreciate your time. The city's been kind to you, but you've been kind to the city.
Thank you, sir.
And represented well. And
don't you have some exit music for Mr. Man?
Hey, we do.
Come on, man. You had to know, sir.
I should have known you had it logged in there. I should have. That's classic. Salute to both of you, Jim.
Down south, where I stay.
Come on.
Look, I'm gonna walk out on that note right there. Don't get no better.
Down south, where I stay. Switch 4 lanes, living the same. From the Antoine to the ML.
That's my
Mad
guy.
Hatter, everybody, the Mad Hatter.
Thank you.
One and only.
Thank you.
They make it the Mad Hatter.
Thank you.
Excellent, Bob. Excellent. How about that?
Pretty good, huh? Man, pretty good. I mean, I think you probably should start a career in radio.
Really?
Yeah.
What you gonna do with old dusty dude like me, man?
Yeah, you pretty good at peppering questions. So you think that should be your next calling? Think about it.
The Jason lyric caught him though. He wasn't looking for Jason's lyric. Did you know he was a part of that?
I did not.
Yeah,
I did not.
No, he's a good cat, man.
Pretty unique.
The financial stability, the wealth building, thinking outside the box in an industry where you don't really see that a lot. And I was happy to hear his focus on that.
Yeah.
But Pop, I've got some new details. I'm gonna step away for a hot second.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right, I got you. When I'm bringing my next guest, they'll be waiting when you get back.
All right, then.
All right.
Down south.
Boom. Well, hello, Sarah Wheeler, Miss Monique Johnson. I always appreciate you and Ace coming by the Pink Building. It's a lot of fun. That was the Mad Hatter. He's been at 97.9 KTSU. Now he's at 102.
Hi,
So,
Papa.
but hey, Miss Arbery, are you the next host sitting in to help me out?
Yeah.
All right. You're much more prettier.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, Sarah. All right, y'all. It's time for me to bring in our next guest. This guy's been an icon with music. I mean, legendary group. And it goes by the name of Mr. J. King.
You had me back there for an awful long time.
Yeah. It got pretty heated and pretty good.
I got a lot of work to do. So if y'all had told me to be here at 5:55, I would have been here at 5:55. But have me sit here from 5:30. I got
That's right. You're on California time.
Not just that, I'm working. I got other stuff I got to do. I could have been finishing up some stuff.
Okay.
I would have came at 6.
Well, we're not gonna hold you long. Well, appreciate you joining us on our Blues and Southern Soul show.
Yeah.
Out of California. But man, I was reading your bio. You've been busy.
Well, got to stay busy in this world.
Yeah. I mean, Grammy nominated, singer, songwriter, musician, record producer, record label executive, music manager, and radio show host.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a lot, but it's all married to each other. So, they all go hand in hand. If you're going to be in a group, you're probably going to write the songs. If you write the songs, you're probably going to produce them. If you produce them, you're probably going to play something. So they're all married together. Yeah. I think what I do as the president of the California Black Chamber is much more important.
Yeah. Well, you started that in 2019, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, a friend of mine.
Let's back up a minute. Tell me a little bit about your career when you got started in 86.
Well, I really started in 84, 85. But 86 is when I did Rumors. I started off, making demos like anybody else. So, but the first record that I made was Rumors. Did that independently. Before Rumors, I did a rap record. I was in a group called Frost. We had a song called The Battle Beat, and it went double wood. Would have been a hit if it would have been good. And then I was writing with Michael Cooper from Confunction.
Yeah.
And ended up doing Rumors independently started my own label because at that time that's what people were doing, but it was mostly rappers. We were the first R&B group to have a national hit record strictly independently, never with a major. It was independent from the beginning to today. It was never with a major. And I think we just kind of opened the door for independence, that you could have a national record without going through a major label.
Yeah. Well, with the Timex Social Club, they wasn't around as long as Club Nouveau.
Well, that's because Timex. Well, they were, but they just didn't have records. Michael Marshall's a great singer. He just had an incredible voice. But I just did the one record with them. I did Rumors with them, and then I didn't have a contract with them. We were all friends.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't sign to deal with someone else. So the music that I had for the Timex Social Club, I created Club Nouveau, and then wrote Jealousy about them, so that to connect Rumors to me, and it became a hit record. And then Situation Number 9 was the next hit record we had. Those two records came out in 1986, and then 1987 February we did Lean on Me, and it became a big record. And then we did Why You Treat Me So Bad in the summer of 87. And then 88, we did Heavy on My Mind.
J. King, Larry Jones, welcome to the podcast, sir. What a piece of legacy you just spoke. Songs that we grew up with, we still listen to today. Had no idea about the jealousies and the rumor, but that's what Backstory is all about, and we appreciate that. Man, thank you, because you just ripped off the soundtrack of a lot of great parties and situations that we were connected to, especially with Lean On Me.
Yeah, but it was a good time. It was a good time for music. Music had been in a lull, and it came out of it. Michael Jackson really brought me the music business out of a lull when he did the Thriller album. Up until Thriller, coming out of disco, the music business was in trouble. Michael Jackson, whether people want to say it or not, single-handedly saved the American music business. Music was happening from overseas. If you remember, during that time, it was Boy George, and Thomas Dolby, and always something there to remind me. All those white groups that were doing R&B sounding things. Madhouse and stuff like that. They were coming out of the UK, and Michael Jackson really, when he did Billie Jean, and Thriller, he took over the music business, put America back in the game.
The Eurythmics, the Pet Shop Boys, the Michael McDonald's, the bands of that era, the Asia, the Steely Dan's, these groups with rhythmic. Did radio do too much to promote them and not homegrown, or was it just an evolution of a sound that was in that time space?
I just think it was just the evolution of the sound. Funk music was overtaken by disco, as was the industry. So then disco just dies the death of a dog, and then that's just this void, and everybody's just scrambling. So music was just it was and then you had the cameos that were coming out of the dust of it. And that's when, Attack Me With Your Love and all that stuff. So that's 84, 85. But Michael Jackson is the reason why all those things can happen, because Michael Jackson is a black artist. He's playing on black radio, but he's playing on pop radio, but he's also international. Michael Jackson really saves the day because music was really spiraling. And then hip hop. And then, you had Dougie Fresh with the show. So now here comes 1985. And 85 is when you start to see hip hop and records that are coming from the streets. But again, you got to marry it back to Michael Jackson, because he is that to me, that unifier of American music, being something to be looked at.
Truly amazing. You framed some stuff. Let me ask you about your working with a young man that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. You said you did some things with Michael Cooper.
Yes, I produced the first Michael Cooper album. So I was a songwriter working under Michael Cooper.
Okay.
And at the time, Function was going through their own little crises where the other guys were trying to push Michael and Felton out of the group. Michael and Felton were like the Lennon and McCartney of Confunction. They wrote all the big records. And when the guys, and I learned from Michael Cooper that there's only one boss in a group. When you make a group where you can vote on who's the president every year, like they did, you're not going to have real leadership. It was 7 of them. So Michael and Felton, once they saw Michael and Felton getting checked for publishing and writing, and they were like, yo, how did you do that? They said, well, we wrote the songs. They started voting on their own songs.
Right.
So 4 of them would get together and vote on their songs. Instead of Michael and Felton having 7 songs on the album or 6 songs on the album, they'd have 2 or 3. Well, so that makes the albums weaker because now you're diluting it with guys who aren't really great writers. And I think it came to a head around 84. I was writing with Cooper, and I wrote a song called "To Prove My Love" to give to Confunction and Cooper, and they heard the song and they said no. They turned the song down, and that was the first single that Michael Cooper I released on him off "To Prove My Love" off the "Love Is Such a Funny Game" album from Warner Brothers.
Did that also contain "Dinner for Two"?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell the Love Train story?
So Michael was seeing a girl named Denise, beautiful girl. And Confunction, like I said, they're not in the best of times. They're playing clubs and stuff like that. They happen to be playing this club, and the stage falls in. And so before that, Felton had wrote this song with this piece of music, but he also gave the music to Michael Cooper. So Felton had wrote the song, the whole song, the music, the lyric, the melody, everything. But he also gave this music to Cooper to see what he would come up with. In the meantime, they're doing these dates. They happen to do this show, and Denise is there. And the stage caves in, and Felton is injured. He falls into the stage. They have to take him in an ambulance. And Denise goes in the ambulance with Felton. That's how Michael finds out that he's not the only one seeing Denise, that Felton is. And Michael Cooper goes home and writes, "On a warm night, can't sleep, too hurt, too weak, gotta call her up," and write the song about the situation. So now they're having a group meeting, and Felton presents his song, and then Michael presents his song. And then Felton says, "No, I take my music back." And the band says, "No, that is a effing hit." But Michael Cooper took that situation and wrote the song about the relationship that he and Felton were having with Denise.
Yeah.
And then Felton ended up marrying Denise and then divorcing Denise.
And that part of the story I didn't know, but it's such a fascinating piece in the fact that for radio, it was never released as a single. We discovered it as an album cut. And it was so strong that, it started in the Quiet Storm era, but it moved up into regular rotation for all of us. And then the Bruno Mars phenomenon.
Yeah.
For Michael to share the story about the awards program that Bruno invited them to. And it was just, he said, Larry, I cried for about 20 minutes, the amazing amount of love that the group of artists had for him and Felton and that song. They spend some time here in Houston. We chit-chat every blue moon, but I asked him, I said, "So Doc, what are you going to do with your residual?" And Felton said he was going to buy Switzerland. So I assume they did very well with Love Train and all of
I don't think they did well enough to buy Switzerland, but
I understood. It was a nice check.
Yeah, it was.
It was a nice check. So Jay,
yes. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say those. Anytime somebody remakes or samples your music, it's a blessing. It's a thank you. They thank you to God and smile.
You have one or two of those still circulating around. I can go up and down the dial and we'll hear "Lean on Me" or
Why You Treat Me So Bad is the most sampled record we have. So it gets sampled every year. Some are used in a commercial and all that stuff. So that is the gift that keeps on giving. But Jealousy and Situation Number 9. We got a song called The Shit Is Heavy that's been sampled. So when you make, it's called intellectual property for a reason. I would never sell my catalog, and I don't know why people sell theirs, even when the money is obscene. If they're giving you $50 million, it's because it's worth somewhere between $500 million and $5 billion. So, nobody's giving you anything.
Right. What's new and amazing in Jay King's world that we need to know about, sir?
When I wake up every day, I'm excited. I'm 16 when I wake up.
Yes, sir.
I do a lot of different things. So, right now I am preparing for the Greater Sacramento Urban Music Awards. It's the independent music award we do every year. I'm doing the Independent Music Conference, Creating Your Own Ecosystem. I bought a winery with some partners, and we did our first concert on May 30th. It was Cameo, Confunction, and Club Nouveau. We sold it out, 4,000 people, and so I'm always working. And I'm working on a project I can't talk about right now, just because we're in the middle of the negotiation part, and they say I can't talk about it. I'd love to talk about it, but they say you can't talk about it. It's the weirdest thing to me. But I'm working on a new Club Nouveau album. I do bossa nova music. I'm working on my soulful bossa nova album. I write a lot of songs, so I'm writing songs for people. People are recording my songs. I do the podcast in the morning, 8 to 10, every Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Kings in the Morning, we've been doing that for 16, 17 years. I do radio at KDEE on Mondays. I do politics from 1 to 2:30, and on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I do traffic jams from 3 to 6. I do a show in KBLA with Tavis Smiley, the Jay King Show. So yeah, I stay pretty busy. Manage Cameo.
Yeah.
And continue to work. I'm 64. So what I do know is this, that there's only 8,760 hours in a year. And they go by faster as you get older. And so while you are able to work, you got to do everything that you want to do because there's going to come a time when this meat suit, not meat suit. That's how I live.
Sounds like you're happy, you're satisfied, and
Absolutely.
The drive, the curiosity of asking a particular question to get certain answers, the community work. I'm always proud of anyone who gets up and wants to do work for someone else, to help someone else, to lend a hand with someone else. And just the fact that a lot of the music and personalities that you've been associated with over the years still provide strong entertainment and a good feeling when we get together as a people are to be commended, Mr. King. Thank you for every single word you wrote or every beat you produced. And
I'm lucky. I'm lucky that I get to do what I love for a living. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that people saw the music and the lyric fit enough to continue. When you can make music and 40 years later, this is our 40th year, 1986. This is 2026, and 40 years later, the music is still alive. That's a blessing from God. There are, when you start going through the iterations of music and going through the decades, you'll see that there's only a handful out of each decade, handful of groups that actually transcend the decade and continue to be able to thrive, whether it's because all the members made it or the music made it. Anytime we can do this for a living, then it's why anytime anybody asks me for an interview, I do it. If anybody asks for a picture, I'm gonna take it. If anybody asks me to sign something, I'm gonna sign it, because that's my job. This is what you signed up for. So I'm always amazed at people who won't sign autographs or who won't take pictures.
Mhm.
When that's what they hope for.
Yeah.
So, but you can't forget. My mama said, if what you do make you who you are, then you ain't shit. So I never let what I do determine who I am, and how I respond. You get more from your givings than you will from your getting. That's another.
I'm loving this. I really wanted you to go back and do that double wood piece again that you opened up the show with about that first.
Well, the record wasn't as good as we thought it was. So whenever people say, "Man, I heard your record Battle Beat," I say, "Yeah, it went double wood. It would have been a hit if it would have been good." those are two woods. No matter how many different ways you look at it.
You will hear that again. Pop.
So Jay, I read, man, you started this journey at 14 years old independently.
Yeah, well, I won't say independent. I started independently as a 23-year-old, but I was in entertainment as a 14-year-old, dancing and popping. Pop, when everybody grew up. And I was an actor. I never thought that music would be my thing. But yeah, I've always been mesmerized or enjoyed the idea of entertainment. So I think with my friends, all my partners always say, "Man, we knew you was gonna do that. We knew when you was." I'm like, "Well, I'm glad you knew. I wish you niggas had told me."
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, I started. I think you could say, looking at it and being organized, starting at around 14.
Now, J. King and Unknowns was that
That was a dancing group. That's right.
dancing group?
So yeah, the pop. Yeah, used to pop. So let me tell you how that happened. So I danced with this group called Chain Reaction. I'm the smallest guy in the group. We play at the Vallejo Fair. We kill it. But I get the big applause, and they kick me out the group. So when they kick me out the group, I start J. King and the Unknown. I think that's why I've been the leader of everything I do from that time forward. You can't kick yourself out.
Right.
But that's how J. King and the Unnamed came to be. But it was, I've danced with all the guys that were bigger than me. They were a little older than me, bigger, and so I got with a group that was more, my size, and we did good. We became the best in our city and one of the best in the Bay Area at that time.
So music has always been in your blood because your father was a jazz musician, huh?
No, it was my uncle. My
Your
uncle
uncle.
Saunders.
Yeah.
My uncle Saunders King, who my cousin Deborah King, was married to Carlos Santana. So 32 years. So Deborah was her father, my uncle Saunders, my grandfather's brother. My grandfather, J. King, my father was a music lover. When I was 8, 9, 6 years old, my dad is playing Garland Green and stuff that a kid don't even know I don't know what that is. Why am I listening to this? It don't even sound right. So by the time I'm 9 or 10, I really love music, but I'm listening to, Donald Byrd sitting on a slop job, and I know it. You know what I mean? I know Bitches Brew by Miles Davis. And a kid should never be able to listen to Bitches Brew because it do something to your mind. It really takes you places you don't need to be. Bitches Brew was I don't know if you ever listened to the record, but if you ever do, you got to listen to it at a time when you don't have nothing else to do because it's going to take you a minute to pull yourself back out of it. It's that deep. But I'm listening to The Birth of the Cool. I'm listening to stuff that Ramsey Lewis is making. And so music has always been my thing. And that's why I think I listen to so much music now. And that's why I love Israel Gilberto and Carlos Jobim and Sergio Mendez.
You got dipped. you hit Bitches Brew. You got dipped in deep. There's some 74, 5-year-olds that can't handle Bitches Brew. They were on a whole nother level of sound.
Yeah.
But the fact that you were able to take all of that and make it your own, or those certain elements, is a tribute to your own specific gifting and your talent, man. But I so appreciate what you and your team are doing in the Sacramento area.
Thank you.
Especially on the political scene and homegrown activities.
Yeah, you know, we do the top 25 independent artist chart, and we independent artists from all over the country listen to our radio station because we play their music, and we chart their music, and then we do concerts, and we put them on the concerts.
Yeah,
like we're doing the Black and Brown Unity Music Festival October 3rd with Midnight Star and Tieta and Malo and Al Hudson and One Way. Then we have two newer groups that are independent groups, the Messenger, which is a Latino group out of Long Beach, and the Sugar High Band out of Sacramento. They're opening up. They're getting paid. You know, they're not getting hundreds of dollars, and they're getting thousands of dollars, and not 2 or 3. They're getting money because they play in this market and they put butts in seats. So we really believe that there's a lot of great music that that's out there on the independent scene that doesn't necessarily sound like what's on the radio. To me, it sounds better because it really is unique as a sound. It's not based on what's on the radio. And I believe that what we're doing in Sacramento, other radio stations will eventually pick it up because the audience will come. And, you know, the Greater Sacramento Urban Music Awards are going to be sold out like it always is, but you're going to have great talent on that stage. You know, El DeBarge Jr., the first time his record played on the radio, played with us.
Okay.
You know, so the Kinsman Daz Band, first time their record played on the radio in the United States, is played with us. So, you know, we take, there's a kid named Lucky Witherspoon that out of Sacramento. He's bad. And he can't make a bad record. He don't know how to. Joe Levy, you know, Sean Rayford. So there's some great talent that's independent. The Funktastics out of Brooklyn. You got Oscar Kelly out of the Carolinas. He sound like Lenny Williams and Life Jennings and Anthony Hamilton all put together. You know, got a brother Mike DeCole out of Minneapolis. But these are that's the deal for me. I created the California Creative Arts Society to bring all of the different creative disciplines together to create a creative economy in California. We're the 4th largest economy in the world. California is the 4th largest economy in the world. That means the United States is first, China's second, Germany is third, and California is 4th as an economy. So, and then right under us is Japan. So 1 out of every 8 Americans live in California. So, and we have a very progressive treasurer in Fiona Ma, who is all about a creative economy. So that's what we're creating in Sacramento. And then around the state is a real ecosystem where creatives can live off of what they create and all the other ancillary things that plug into creative people. You know, the different vendors and support staff to generate incomes, not just in Sacramento, but the surrounding communities. You know, you got all these little cities around here and all these little theaters. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to populate them with shows and with income and, you know, and with an economy and create tours for independent artists around the state.
That is superior thinking, sir. Absolutely superior. Love it. Pop?
I spoke to when you know, usually when the week before my show, I place a flyer on social media to advertise, and Leroy Allen seeing your name on the flyer, and he was managed by a guy, you know, Norris Hampton.
I know. I love Norris Hampton.
Yeah,
Norris used to be our road manager.
Yeah,
Norris stopped me from going to jail because he took that pistol out my hand when I was going to tear somebody's ass up. I love Norris. True story.
Yeah, he gave me
How was Norris doing?
Norris passed about 2 years ago.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Leroy is on the show right now watching the show.
Norris was a good man. Norris was with us for a lot of years.
Yeah.
Every time I went out, Norris came out with me.
Norris was the first guy who I was playing in the club. And he came in and asked me for, he managed Leroy Allen and Yvette Busby. Asked me for a couple of songs and he listened and, I had him in my library. He was impressed. And he left. He was always clean, always in a suit. And I seen him probably about 4 or 5 months later. He came in, asked me for a song. I played it. And I was never one of those DJs. Somebody come to the DJ booth, say, hey, can you play this? And I blow them off. If I can make it fit what I have going on, I make it fit. And so he seen me. I was out one night just hanging out. I wasn't playing anywhere, and he gave me his card. And then shortly after that, I went on the road with him and Yvette and Leroy. Put on a whole bunch of miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leroy knew. Norris knew how to do that road.
Yeah. Oh, we covered some ground, man. He was a good guy, real good guy. We would talk probably once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his death came, sudden. Yeah, as a surprise, I got a text about 2:00 in the morning from Leroy Allen. Yeah, but he was a great guy.
Nothing but love for Norris.
Yeah. So Good Kind of Lovin', was that a song you wrote?
Yes, a song. So that's on my Helen Son album. That's so I do solo music and I do Club Nouveau music. The solo music is more adult, more in the bossa nova, kind of smooth, jazzy kind of vein. And I had my mom. I used to write songs that I didn't record, and I would tell my mom that they didn't fit Club Nouveau, and she said, "Well, why don't you sing them?" And I said, "Well, because I'm not a singer like that." And she said, "That's the dumbest shit I ever heard somebody say. Nigga, sing the song if you write the song." And my mom was tough. My mom was really a tough lady, and my mom was diagnosed with cancer in November of 2006. They had misdiagnosed her for 4 years, told her she had bronchitis. It was lung cancer. So by the time they find out that it's lung cancer, it's stage 4. January 27th, 2007 is my birthday, my 45th birthday. And that's the day she died. So my mom was 62 years old.
Wow.
And but I never met. So I made my first album, Open Book, when my mom died.
Yeah.
And I recorded it because of her, and I've been making records ever since. So I've got Open Book, Helen Son, Soulful Bossa Nova, and The Story of Love. And now I'm working on the Grown and Sexy album right now.
I'm going to step away for 1 second, but this man just told me that Al Hudson and One Way are still out there performing.
And looking, sounding good. Al sounds so good, man. They put on such a show. One of my favorite groups to watch. I managed Cameo, and so I had Cameo in Los Angeles, and Al Hudson was on that show. And man, I had such a good time watching Al Hudson in One Way. I said they should work more. And so whenever I can, I plug them into whatever I can plug them into.
There are songs that happen in regions across the country, and in this particular region, there's a One Way song that I don't think ever played anyway, and I may be wrong, but Toast, was it Poppa? Toast to the Other guy?
Toast to the Other man.
Toast to the Other man.
Yeah.
Look, I got the discography, and I don't know if I know the song.
It's but you step in any we do a throwback party every Saturday from 2 to 6, and heavy female 35-64, and we'll get into a groove. We'll do some Confunction, and we'll do Michael Cooper, and request line will jump up and, oh, can y'all play One Way? Toast to the man. And
you guys, first of all, I don't think we realize how big our country is.
Yeah.
We have a big country, and so it's not unusual or out of step for me to know that something in the South totally different than something in the North, because it's so big. Our states are like other countries, like how we're the United States. France and the UK are an hour and a half, 2 hours away from each other. So it's like Texas and Arkansas, or Tennessee. It's just right there.
Yeah.
So I listen to, and that's why I pull music from everywhere. I don't just pull music from my region. I try to, we got Southern Soul records that are on our charts. So just imagine on my chart, you're gonna hear a Southern Soul record,
right?
A hip hop record,
right?
And an instrumental, and the instrumental is number one. In an era when that don't happen, because to me, music should be that. Music should be without borders, without lines. If it's good music, and if it can fit and tell a story, it should be able to fit and tell a story. I'm going to find that song you said, and you said,
Toast to the Other Man.
Toast to the Other Man.
Yeah, I got to find it.
And it's just one of those Houston region, I dare say Dallas, but I know it did play. It played in Memphis. It played Little Rock. It played Houston. But of all the songs, and the stuff that Alicia Myers, was on, all did very, very well. But that was just one of those odd album cuts. And when you said Al Hudson in One Way, it just triggered that. I'm thinking, wow, how would I like to ask him about that particular song, or who wrote it, how it even got on the
album. I never heard it before.
Yeah. He's giving props to the guy that took his girl from him.
As I sit here alone this evening,
I love this already.
with my third glass of wine in my hand, it's time to face up to my situation. My woman has found another man. So I say,
I love this already. See, I'm gonna play this tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll play this on the radio tomorrow. You started something.
Yeah.
Well, I guess him and that guy from Love's Train sit in the same room and have the same conversation, huh? Have a glass of wine together while their tears fall.
They can at least, them and Lenny Williams.
Yeah.
I love you. You put them, and then you put Richard Dimples Phil in there.
Ooh.
She got papers, That's a whole thing right there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
Now are you guys from Houston?
I was not born here, but I grew up here. I was raised here. I was developed, my manhood skills were developed here. My birth is Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay, hold on 1 second, you guys. My cousin calls me.
Charged for this call. This call is from
Daryl King.
My cousin's 82 years old, been in prison for 46 years.
Okay.
I just got to tell him I'm doing it.
You may begin speaking now. Talk for a minute, 2 minutes.
I'm actually doing an interview right now.
Oh, no, well, you can't talk then.
Call me at 7. Call me at 7 o'clock.
Okay, okay, if we don't lock down, I'll call you. We've been locked down all day, so I'll call you. Go ahead, take care of your interview, beloved. If this is important, I heard from Mike. I'll talk to you at 7, okay?
Okay.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, so my cousin, I've been so I got him out of state prison, and then the feds came and picked him up. We've been fighting to get him out the out the feds for the last 6 years. I got him the compassionate release. He was in he was there, he was in a counselor's office, they were doing everything, and then the federal government got a stay against him. And so we've been fighting it for and that's happened in November 12th. He was supposed to be home. So they've held him for almost a year, but they don't know who they fooling with. So he just said, so Mike is the lawyer, but my cousin is 82 years old. He's really my father's first cousin. He's my second cousin. His father and my grandfather were brothers.
Okay.
And he's 82, 83.
Was he ever in business, Jay?
No, he was a gangster. He was in the gangster business.
Okay.
And I went in at 36.
Call him OG, huh?
Yeah, but he's coming. He's gonna live with me, so that's why. So I take care of all the stuff for him.
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
good for you. No, we get it. But yeah, birth city for me is Montgomery, Alabama. Travel, 54th year in radio, but Houston has been home for almost 38 years now.
Are you from Houston now?
Yeah.
What about you, Papa C?
I'm 1 hour outside, hour and a half, Beaumont, Texas. Hour and a half.
Oh, but you Texas, so you born and raised in Texas.
Oh yeah. Each town is my home.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was born in Orville, California, which is in Northern California.
Okay.
And I lived all up and down Northern California, from San Francisco, Oakland, Richmond, Vallejo, Sacramento. So I've been here whole of my life. I've lived other places, but I've always had a place here.
You know, when I was in the Navy, I was stationed in Oxnard. I did my school in Oxnard. You know, I was all up and down the coast, man. California.
Oh, you was in Oxnard, yeah. You was up on the you was living a good life.
Oh yeah.
I know what you did.
Yeah.
You ain't even got to talk about it. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, please don't. But California don't owe me anything. From Oxnard to Santa Barbara to LA.
Yeah. That's a beautiful area. So I have a house in Porter Ranch, which is also in the San Fernando Valley.
Yeah.
So I'm back and forth between Northern and Southern California.
Yeah.
So when I go to Southern California, it's just to be cool, chill, and and because Southern California is like a fairy tale land. It's not real. And because it's just so many places, right?
Yeah.
And when I'm here, because a lot of my work is my main office is here, chamber is here, the Capitol's right down the street, a lot of legislation work is being done, a lot of meetings and stuff, up and down the coast in Northern California. If I'm in Southern California, it's it's because of Karen Bass, who's the mayor there.
The mayor, yeah.
Yeah, she's doing something. Or me and Tavis Smiley are really good friends, and I'm partners. We own about 6% of KBLA. It's the only black talk radio station owned by black folk west of the Mississippi.
Heard that. Props to you, Tavis.
Tell me something. I'm a firefighter and paramedic, right? And so I'm the only fly in the buttermilk at my state.
Right.
All right. Of course, I'm the only Democrat.
Right.
and you having a talk show, because I love politics, man. I mean, I'm that CNN and MSNBC guy, and
Okay.
sometimes Fox News just to get angry. So the direction of the Democratic Party, man. What do you think?
First of all, we are in some of the most troubling times we've ever been in our life as a country. The Democratic Party is its own worst enemy. It is it's killing itself. Then you have the Democratic Socialist Party, that you look at them, they're damn near lily white. So it's just another form of white supremacy, in my opinion. It is going to be, we're at a time where we have so much power that we don't use because we won't vote. We don't understand, and we won't build coalitions. If here in California, we make up 6% of the population, Black folk. There's 2.8 million Black people in California, 1 million voters. We change every election if we just come out and vote. The hard part is getting us out to vote. We voted 54%. White folk make up 54% of the population, but they vote at 68%. So they vote at a higher clip than the number of voters there are. So they win elections simply by voting. We won't build coalitions with the Asian community. 14% Asian here in California, 38% Hispanic. If we came together with the Hispanic and the Asian, we'd have 58%. We control everything, but we won't vote. We don't put money on the wood. You got to put money on the wood. That's why people call you back. Just voting ain't enough. People gonna call me because I raise money and I put money on the wood. So when I look at the Democratic Party is just another part of that game. That it's a pretend prophecy. They pretend to, like, because you know how they show you their teeth.
Yeah.
Then they bite you. But they show you their teeth, they get you right up on them, so when they bite you, you can't get away. And that's what they've done to us. We have to start being strategic and methodical and pragmatic. We're too emotional. And we fight for things from an emotional point of view as opposed to a pragmatic point of view. I don't get mad at TV because I know what it all is. It's all a game, whether it's CNN, MSNBC, or Fox. It's all a game. Ain't none of it real. And that's why you can get somebody like a Donald Trump as president, because at the core of America, at the core of her, at her foundation is racism, bigotry, prejudice, bias, and white supremacy. That's the hand of America. It's always been her hand. The only difference was they just covered it up. They just put, with just dust over it. All Donald Trump did was sweep the dust.
So, yeah.
That's why the transformation of it was so easy and so quick, because it was always there. So Democratic Party, Republican Party, the parties are what they are. They are games. It's who you put in those seats. It's how you manipulate the game that's going to change it. It's not because one party then over another. And the Democratic Party cheated itself. When Donald Trump beat Jeb Bush, and the Democratic Party saw that letting Donald Trump run amok, because the Republican Party thought, we're going to let this guy just talk and talk and talk, and he'll kill himself. And he was like Godzilla. He got stronger and stronger and stronger because what made Godzilla strong, people didn't forget, is the pollution. When they hit him with the nuclear weapon, he got stronger. That's what happened to Donald Trump. The pollution. So Donald Trump, when he said, "I'll grab him by the coot," by the thing, that was that pollution that America has always been. They didn't let Bernie Sanders have a real platform because he was going to beat Hillary Clinton the way Donald Trump beat Jeb Bush, because the people, the public, was rejecting conventional politics. And we saw that with Jeb Bush. And they said, you know what? Three debates, but Bernie Sanders, I was at a Bernie Sanders rally. I was there, 13,000 people. I was at a Hillary Clinton rally. I was there, 2,200 people. I watched both of them. I saw the power shift. And Donna Brazile and the Democratic Party pledged all of the superdelegates to Hillary Clinton, which gave her 40% of the delegate count. So he was never going to win. But if Bernie Sanders goes against Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders wins. And we never get to this because Bernie Sanders understands the rules of engagement as it relates to the game of politics and the presidency. Donald Trump don't understand any of it. Donald Trump, what he learned from the first time is that if he got in the second time, that he's going to take everything he want to take. He's going to do anything he wants to do, and can't nobody stop him because the president really does have absolute power, and he's putting it on display.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this real quick. When I started this podcast, we've been going a year and some months, and I've said this before. After the election, the presidential election, I was upset because when I seen the amount of African Americans who went to the poll versus the ones who didn't go to the polls, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I said I had to do something. I had to be a voice. And so even having you on tonight speaking about this, hopefully wakes somebody up. Somebody pays attention. And maybe they will, maybe they won't.
If we don't, first of all, this country, the country that we know as the United States of America, may or may not exist. And people might think that that's a bit dramatic, but this is the reality. This is the reality of the world we in. And I don't know when we're going to see it, when we're going to acknowledge it, but this world, this America, the division of America is what is going to allow the kind of power that Donald Trump is to exist. When the people come together, because white folk, I promise you, it's a lot of white folk that are more afraid than me and you. That's why they get out and protest. When you see those No Kings protests, that's majority white. We ain't out there like that. So the people got to come together. The people got to know their power. But when you look at Black, poor, immigrant, marginalized communities, they have to vote. They have to understand that if they don't, especially in this midterm, if they don't vote, this midterm is more important than any other election because this midterm can actually get Donald Trump impeached and get some folk put in jail
and removed. Jay, since you said this, let me rephrase this whole question. Ms. Harris, you lived in California where she was Attorney General, and what are some of the things about Kamala Harris we don't know?
She don't like black men.
Okay. Is
Kamala Harris? Yeah, Kamala. Look, I helped Kamala. Mm-hmm. I helped her when she ran for Attorney General of San Francisco. I helped her when she first started. I gave money. I supported her.
Okay.
There was a young black man named Joseph Mann in Sacramento. He was mentally incapacitated. He wasn't. He don't hurt nobody. He was walking down the street with a machete. He wasn't threatening people with it. Wasn't doing anything. Just walking and holding a machete in his hand. A white woman sees him and calls the police, and it's all heard. You can hear it. It's all recorded. and said that the young man with a machete, he's not doing anything to anybody, he's not threatening anybody, he's not hurting anybody, but he's got a machete, and I just wanted to let you know. The police come up on him, and they try to run him over. They don't make contact with him. They don't call him to the car. They don't do it. They immediately try to run him over. He retreats because he's scared. He's up against a cyclone fence. They jump out their cars, and they shoot him 26 times.
Wow.
Sacramento Police Department fired them. But they can't prosecute them because of POBAR, the Police Officers Bill of Rights. The only person that can charge them with a crime is the Attorney General. You know who the Attorney General is?
Kamala Harris.
You know what she said? I don't see no crime. She said no. They're the black man who is accused of rape of his daughter, and they find out that it's not true, that it's not real, that it didn't happen. A judge gives her the opportunity, and you guys can go look this up. A judge gives her an opportunity to fix it because she won the conviction. She said no. She didn't want to fix it. No, she wanted it to stand as it was. A judge forced her, because if she didn't do it, he was going to do it. Forced her to change it. Kamala Harris identifies as an Asian woman until she needs you to support her as a black woman. She's married to a Jewish man. I don't care who you marry. It's just that let's be 1,000 who you are and what it is,
Right.
and what it ain't. That's why she gets so much rejection in California. That's why when they called me, when the Democratic Party called me and said, "Hey, if Kamala ran for governor, would you support her?" I said no. And they just said, "Just no." I said no. I would never support Kamala Harris for governor.
Yeah.
I'm a black man. I can't support her.
Yeah.
Because those that are and we don't know how many were caught up in her justice system that didn't get justice.
See, this is the information that we wouldn't know. I was always wondering what was the pushback. You would get fragments of information. Well, she did this, but it was never explained to that degree. And I was just curious to. There's so many different angles to the whole Biden, Harris, Trump, but the pushback. I wanted to know what had transpired, because what you said or enlightened us with, we got bits and pieces. We never got the whole story, so I never heard the story about the machete.
You should go to ChatGPT and say, why is there so much pushback on Kamala Harris from black men? And watch what it bring you.
Okay.
And then say what controversial court decisions did she make that could be viewed as against black men? So I was at an NAACP event, a luncheon. She was running for the Senate. And people had said things, I'd said things, people said things. So she knew that we were there. And then she said, we have to understand that police officers have biases just like we do. We have biases about music. We have biases about art. We have biases about, fashion styles. And she's saying this, and the table I'm sitting at, I'm like, are you guys hearing her? Are you guys just gonna sit here and let her say this? I'm not gonna listen to this. And And they were like, Jay, I'm like, no, I'm not listening to this bullshit.
Mhm.
Do you know she's trying to say that a bias you have about music or a music style and your bias that a police officer got the right to have a bias. And I just stood up. I said, you niggas are gonna listen to this bullshit.
Mhm.
And I walked out.
Mhm.
And as I was walking out, some of her people walked out. The mayor of Sacramento was coming in. We were at the Sheridan. I walked out, and as I was walking out, he saw me. Hey, Jay. I'm like, how you doing, Daryl? So I tell him what she said.
Mhm.
And Daryl Steinberg is a Jewish man.
Mhm.
And he said, no. He said, no, that's not. Those officers were wrong. I mean, he's more livid than I am.
Mhm.
So when he go in there, they say that he took over where I left off. Because she really believes that. Because she's not a black woman like black women we know. Her father is from Jamaica. Her mother is an Indian woman. That's Asian. She's raised with her mother.
Mhm.
You know, she gets to come in and out of it. Me and you, we don't get to come in and out.
Right. I hear you.
We in.
Yeah.
I don't care how light or how dark you are. You in it. Once you black, you black.
That's it.
Yeah.
So her political life is over.
I think they're trying to rehabilitate it. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think if Kamala Harris runs for president and they pick her as the presidential candidate, she loses.
Okay.
And we put ourselves back we put ourselves back, and that makes you question. That makes me question the Democratic Party. What kind of you remember when you was a kid and you might have even done this as an adult. You said, good cop, bad cop.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. You say this, and then I'm gonna push back, and then you're gonna do this, and then there ain't nothing I can do about it. That's how it feels like to me with the Democratic Party and the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Good cop, bad cop. So, I'm gonna say this is what I'm gonna say about you. But you can, if you say something else, I'm just gonna back down.
Now you're bringing up another. So, what does the name Gavin Newsom mean?
Gavin Newsom had a chance when he stood up against Donald Trump.
Okay.
Because when he stood up against that, but Gavin Newsom made a lot of bad mistakes here. When COVID was happening and everybody had to stay in and nobody could be anywhere, he out in Napa at a restaurant with 60 people. So
remember that.
So you can't be the leadership saying don't do this and you're doing it, and then you look at our homeless situation.
Yeah,
we didn't jack off millions of dollars, we jacked off hundreds of billions of dollars on the homeless. So and then you can't overtax people. We're taxing billionaires out of our ecosystem. Ray Parker Jr. told me I was going to move. He said, Jay, you're going to move because you will not be able to stand the tax. And it's like punishment.
Yeah, a lot of folk from California have found residence in the great state of Texas. We know that to be true.
Ray Parker Jr. moved right over to Incline Village, right over 3.5 hours from me in Nevada. And he got a 15,000 square foot house in LA. That but that's his second resident. He live in Incline Village because Ray got a lot of money. Ray Ray bought Tesla when it was $27 a share.
Oof, good Lord.
and it probably split 10, 20 times.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna never not have shares because he got so many.
Yeah.
So so Gavin Newsom would have a hard time. He would have a hard time because
well, who do you see that might make sense, Jay, in that space?
Yeah.
It's hard to say. You know, we just don't have. It would have to be somebody that that isn't bathed in the political process that we have. You know, because even I like your girl Crockett, Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
I like her, but it's too. She's too heavy with the party.
Mhm.
I mean, you can't. So you can't be so heavy with the party that you're gonna sell me out. And and then hyperbolic and but I love her. I love her wit. I love how smart she is.
Mhm.
I love how she take them on. But I think she's a young woman who needs to learn how to navigate and manipulate the process a little better. So, but I just don't see anybody. I don't know. There's not a person that I'm saying, man. You know how we used to always have? We'd have that one person that we say, man, he'd be a good candidate, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, Papa C, you tell me who you think.
Well, I was big on the guy. I'm talking about the Senate right now, but when you are talking about the presidential election, I was big on Gavin Newsom, but looking at it,
If he ran, I would support
to
him.
me, the perfect candidate would be Buttigieg. If he wasn't, actually, I thought he would have been Kamala's running mate if he hadn't been gay.
That would have made him. I think that's probably why he should have been her running mate at that point.
Yeah.
You look at that. When you look at that community, the queer and the LGBTQ and queer community, they are very powerful and strong.
Oh, very powerful, and I still think he'll make a good candidate. But we are so we a lot of look at life, man, with blind like Mew with blinders on, and we missed the whole concept, man. We're so if you ever look at Isaiah Martin's take, he was on my show a long time ago. You'd be surprised, man. I mean, I had a lot of conversation with Republicans at work. When we get into some not heated discussions, because we keep it at an even keel because we're at work. But there's so many people that's uninformed.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what they want America to be, uninformed.
Yeah.
America, it's easy to keep. You can control people that are uninformed. When you look at, so to me, a real candidate is going to look at America on its face and say, how do we make the country itself great? How do we build up these regions? How do we build up these states? And how do we engage with the most marginalized of folk to build them up? Because in the fourth largest economy in the world, there shouldn't be a need when it comes to housing, when it comes to education, when it comes to food, and when it comes to healthcare. Those four pillars should be mandatory in the fourth largest economy in the world. But in order for that to happen, we have to have some real serious conversations about race, and everybody's afraid to talk about it. I talked about it on my show. I went to an event this weekend, Friday and Saturday, for the 1882 project. 1882 was when the Chinese Exclusion Act was enacted in America. I didn't realize that the racism that the Chinese had towards Black people were real. I always made excuses and said it's not that they're racist toward us; it's a cultural thing. But this film was about that, especially in the South, that racism, where a lot of Chinese had stores in Black communities, but yet they were able to go to school with whites. They were able to drink from the water faucet with whites, and so they took on the same ideas about Black people that white people did.
Yeah.
And I said, and I told them, I said, I made a lot of excuses for you guys. I thought a lot of it was cultural. I didn't know that you guys took on this, but we got to have this conversation. And you guys are brave to bring this film And I was the only black person there, me and the person that was with me. I said, I think you guys are brave to make this conversation, but you got to bring it to the Guild Theater, which is the black theater owned by Kevin Johnson, who used to be the mayor in Sacramento, basketball player.
Right.
And I called Kevin and said, hey, Kevin, I saw this film. I think this should be play at the Guild. And that's what we're doing right now. We're going to make that, and we're going to get Chinese and black. We got to start having conversations. Black folk need the conversation so we can get this chip off our shoulder, so we can get this taste out our mouth about racism and everything. There's a debt that's owed to us for the crimes that were committed against us, but we can't say it's a white people, because not all white people committed that crime, but our government did. Our government was the criminal. And so we got to make the government responsible for the crimes it committed against black folk. And the way, and so people argue that the cost would be too great. And that's not true, because everybody wouldn't take money at the same time. And it wouldn't just be money. I think you have 15 to 20 different categories that people can choose from. And you can choose 3. Because if you said, Jay, you choose 3 categories, what would you choose? I wouldn't choose money. Even if it's $300,000, I don't need $300,000. I don't want to pay taxes for 15 years. So all the money that I earned for 15 years is tax free. They can't take taxes from me. I want some old debt to go away. So I would take removal of debt. I would take a 1% loan, a $1 million loan at 1%. And if I stay in business for 20, 25 years, that loan is forgiven. And so those are the 3 things I would take. A young person might say, I want a free education. I want a house. I want a down payment on a house. And I want to be able to start a business. An older person that might say, I want free health care because of the ailments. So, and the younger kids, they won't get theirs until they turn 18. There's got to be a cutoff period. So a mother who's pregnant with a 4-month-old in her belly, 4 months in her belly, that baby is the cutoff. But everybody else get what they want. So if you want money, maybe it's $350,000. Whoever wants it, you get that, and you get to have a down payment on the house, and you get health care. That might be somebody, but it won't happen all at the same time.
Right.
America won't be what she's supposed to be, won't turn into what she's supposed to turn into until she pays her debt.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin is calling me, y'all.
I know we gotta go.
Okay. Hey, look, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the time.
Call me again anytime. I'd love to come back.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you, man. God bless. Poppa?
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
How about that? Jay King, everybody.
Jay King.
Club Nouveau can function. Al Hudson. See what we did? We put a little something in his cap for tomorrow morning on his show.
Yeah. Like that was more than what I expected.
I don't know why.
It was. I gotta say, it was.
I don't know why. You're doing good stuff, obviously. You had 2 well-educated, good family-oriented men who showed up on your show tonight, dropped some knowledge. This is what Poppa C Blues and Southern Soul podcast does. I told you, you can play all the music in the world. Don't matter. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
What we get out of it, because he ended up interviewing us for a second.
Yeah. Very unique.
Folk who either forgot or didn't know man had his part in Jason's lyrics.
Yeah.
Got re-educated tonight.
I won.
He has a book coming out about his son.
Yeah.
Deep stuff, Pop. That's why you can use blues and Southern soul to cover this, but you've got some deep conversations. And then the fact that we planned the Manhattan thing, that down south was so good, it messed him up. He should have known. Yeah. Well,
You never seen it coming. Never seen it coming.
Yeah. And he really took a lot from the industry. They were not loving on him in the South at first.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the original Mad Hatter worked at WGOK in Mobile. I think it was 990. Had one of the great AM legacies, much like KCOH or KYOK here in the city. And it was an AM powerhouse, you know, the WDIAs in Memphis. And that's Mad Hatter was the regional godfather. Nothing was played. Nothing was played between New Orleans and Jacksonville, unless Mad Hatter sitting in Mobile, Alabama, said so. Just like the E. Rodney Kings of the Chicago WVON era, you had godfathers, you had kingpins, who basically controlled that level of black radio. And if it was a no-go or there wasn't enough money in the pot, you didn't get played. The label came up with enough money, you got played. But he controlled that region. So when you get this young kid, especially in the hip hop lane, calling himself the Mad Hatter, and Hatter, the original Hatter, still alive. Oh yeah, it
got some answering to do.
Ooh, yeah. But when he said he went and he whispered in his ear, he probably said, "Don't mess it up."
Yeah.
Don't mess up my name, which meant no drug charges, no jail time, nothing stupid. And Mr. Man's done well. But yeah, it was a thing, because they were like, I said, yeah. Oh man, he can't. That's Hatter, man. He can't have his name, man. That man legendary. I said, you'll see. So those are, weird, significant, insignificant stories, but
yeah,
just radio stuff, just goofy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Pop, enjoyed you today at 90.9. And when will I see you again, my friend?
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning. All right. I'll make sure I have on my blue blockers.
Well, the good thing about it, you got a big old frame right in front of me, right there, the big main frame.
I thought you were gonna say I had a big old head. I appreciate that too. That's all right.
It's a big old mainframe, so I don't have to look at me. I just peep around the corner. What's on?
You don't have to look at me. He's goofy.
You just raise your hand up and just go.
And just go.
Yeah.
So Lady Audrey and Leroy Allen said we had a great show tonight.
We did.
We're gonna make it good. All right, Pop,
I appreciate you, man.
I gotta pee right now, so I'm on my way.
All right, brother. Love you much, man. I appreciate
Love you too, man. Love you. Love everyone that listens to the podcast. Y'all are the best ever. God bless you, man.
All right. Have a good night. Well, Lady Audrey, Leroy, Sister Calloway, guess what? Y'all done loved on me all night long. And I don't have to go to work until tomorrow evening. I am going to love back for a little bit. Yeah.
Answer your phone. I've got to talk to you. I'm out here in the cold, trying to get through to you. Answer your phone. Give me a minute, please. Has your heart turned to stone? had you no sympathy. I know I fucked this up. I know I let you down. But I've suffered long enough, and you're still not around.
I bet y'all didn't know Johnny Taylor had a bad mouth.
Baby, but please have some mercy, cause I just might die if you don't answer your phone. I've got so much to say. I'm at my all-time low, and it's just too much to take. Answer your phone. I've got to get to you. God, I hope you're alone, and someone new isn't next to you. I know I fucked this up.
Hello, Yogi.
I know I let you.
Welcome to the show. Must be just waking up.
Suffer long enough, and you're still not around. I know I don't deserve it, but please have some mercy, cause I just might die if you don't. Tell me now, am I too late? Is there somebody new?
You know it, Leroy.
Is there
I played at the Pink Building, man.
on you where mine used to be? Yeah. Tell me now, what can I do to make it up to you? Want it?
That's right, Miss Monique.
Please tell me.
Unedited version.
Answer your phone. I've got so much to say. I'm at my all-time low, and it's just too much to take. Answer your phone. I've got to get to you. God, I hope you're alone. Someone new isn't next to you. Oh, answer your phone. I've got to talk to you. I'm out here in the cold, trying to get through to you. Answer your phone. Give me a minute, please. Has your heart turned to stone? Have you no sympathy? Answer your phone. I've got to talk to you. I'm out here in the cold, trying.
All right, Brooklyn, Texas.
Trying to get through to you.
Just answer your phone.
Oh, whoa. Tell me what you need, baby. And I want to know, baby. Oh, darling. Tell me what you want, baby. Ooh, your body so warm. I can feel your temperature rising. I know it's
That's the hometown boy, Mr. Rue Davis.
don't say nothing.
Lady Archie, you know what it is.
Eat your mind. You wanna be loved from your head to your feet. Don't you worry, we gonna be alone. Tonight is the night. We're gonna make love till the break of dawn. Tell me what you want, babe. I wanna know what you need. Oh, darling, tell me me what you want, darling. I'll get down on my knees for you.
Sarah Wheeler. Have a little fun for a minute.
Now close your eyes and just relax. Listen to the sweet sound of my music.
Because y'all been so good to me.
Slowly undress, trying to lose yourself. But I promise I'll do the rest.
Thank you, Lady Audrey. Thank you for the hearts.
Don't you worry, you're gonna be alone. Night is the night, we're gonna make love till the break of dawn. Tell me what you want, darling. I'll give you what you need. And I wanna make love to you, darling, any way you want. Oh, baby.
Just for you, Leroy.
I'm sexual healing. You will feel alright. I'm ready to do all the things, girl, that you want tonight. Don't you worry, we're gonna be alone. Tonight is the night we're gonna make love till the break of dawn. Tell me what you want, baby. I love you, darling. If you want me to give you some sexual healing, it'll be alright. Oh, tell me what you want, baby. Tell me what you need. And I get down on my knees for you, darling. 'Cause I love you. Oh, tell me what you want, baby. Tell me what you need. We can turn the lights down low. Oh.
Hey, baby, I'm on my way. The show took longer than I thought it was going to take. Wait a minute. Hey, Willie B, don't forget to get that cordless mic in my studio. Yeah. You know, baby, see, Tyrone Davis and Marvin Cease was on the show, and you know my friend Tyrone Davis, he was in the groove, and he didn't want to come on stage. And I can...
Thank you, Leroy.
See, because when you get that feeling, baby, like I got that feeling for you, hey, baby, you know a man got to come on home. Listen. Hey, baby, I'm on my way. Won't take long, no. Just one more day. Can you hold yourself together? Just remember, I'm your fella. Tonight when we make love, baby, we won't be dreaming. We'll be together. Gonna make love all night till the morning light.
Hey!
We can't do no wrong, 'cause I'm home tonight. Your man is home.
Yeah, I am, baby.
Woo-hoo. Your man is home tonight. Hey, baby, your man is home. Your man is home tonight. I'm so glad to be near you. Oh, I touch me, baby. You send chills down my spine. Tonight when we make love, I'm gonna love you till the end of time. Gonna make love all night till the morning light. We can't go no wrong, 'cause I'm home tonight. Your man is home. Wow. Your man is home tonight. Listen, baby, your man is home. Oh, Lord, your man is home tonight. You're so satisfying with everything you do. Tonight when we make love, baby, I ain't gonna turn you loose. We're gonna make love all night till the morning light. Love all night till the morning light. Love all night till the morning light. We can't do no wrong. Oh, no, baby.
Hey!
Your man is home.
Make me want to dance tonight.
Your man is home tonight. You don't have to call your friend. Your man is home. Tell you, your man is home tonight. You don't have to get on the telephone. Your man is home. Your man is home tonight. You don't have
Know they've been
to
gone.
on TV. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Home tonight, baby.
Your man is home tonight. You don't have to face the phone. Your man is home.
So I'm gonna tell y'all,
Your man is home.
just little Denise DeSalle, and in this song, like, she kind of angry and she gonna say some things. So just get ready, cause she got something on her mind. She got something on her mind. I'm telling you. Cause he ain't been home. He's coming home late.
You know, folk, when I hear somebody say they miss somebody, I feel like 9 times out of 10 it's because of the nice things they used to do for them. You know what I'm talking about? The kind of things that when you think about it, a smile will come across your face. Make you want to reach out and hold them in your arms one more time. But you know what? Life can play some real serious, funny tricks on you sometimes. You see, I had to put my old man out the other day. Cause the man just up and went fucking crazy.
I told y'all.
Started staying out all night. Running around with other women. Hanging out in casinos. Spending all this money and shit. One day I woke up and I said, listen, you get the fuck out.
She got a bad mother.
Cause I don't need nobody to help me do bad. I can do bad by my goddamn self. But now I'm wondering, am I going crazy? You see, it get kind of lonely in the middle of the night, y'all. You get to lead somebody. And I find myself asking myself this question. Why am I missing you, baby? Oh, why am I missing you, baby? Oh, when you first left, I said I'd be all right.
What did you say, Lady Audrey? Well, now.
But now that you're gone,
Come on, say it, Wheeler.
I can't sleep at night. Sleep at night. I'm clinging hard to a pillow.
What you say, Sister Galloway?
Been wet with
Girl, don't do it.
missing all the sweet things you haven't done for me in years. That's why I ask myself, why am I missing you, baby? Oh, why?
I'm telling y'all, every time I hear this lady,
Oh, baby. Oh,
she sound like Lady Audrey.
am I missing you, boy? Lord, you stayed out all night, coming in at 2 and 3. You either drunk or too tired.
Talk to her, mama.
Couldn't make love to me. You run around with other women, and I know it's true. So why the hell am I missing all the things you didn't do? Why?
I'm sure you have, Lady Audrey. I'm sure you have.
Hey, baby, am I missing you? Oh, why, baby? Oh, why am I missing you? Oh, you didn't give me no money, didn't have none of your own. You didn't give me no time, that's why I was left all alone. You didn't give me no respect, didn't have none for yourself. You sure didn't give me no loving, didn't have a damn thing left. That's why I ask myself, why? Hey, why am I missing you, baby? Hey, baby, tell me why. Oh, oh, baby, am I missing you? Oh, yeah, yeah. Now, 4 of my best friends came to me the other day.
Worried about me?
See, they were worried about me. They were
Sister Calloway,
about me.
gotta be strong, huh?
Willie Clayton said, Denise, girl, you don't look too good. Tell me what's wrong with you. Yeah. Oh, no. I said now, 3 people sleeping in my bed at one time just won't do. And somebody had to go, but my bed done got lonely now. I need somebody. I need somebody. Johnny Taylor said, Pete, I know what you need right now. You need a good love. You need somebody you can call your own. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lord, but I have another friend. I have another friend. He was worried about me. He was worried about me. Lattimore said, I came over to help you, baby. So I believe I can help you straighten it out right now. If you let me, I can help you get your whole family. Oh, yeah. Help you get your home fine, buddy. I believe I can. Oh, Lord, I have another friend. I have another friend all the way from Chicago. He came down to see about me. Tyrone said, Niecy. Oh, Niecy, baby, please tell me what I can do for you. I look at Tyrone and say, if you see my man, here's what I want you to do for me. Tell him I want to change my mind. I want to change my mind. Tell him I want to change my mind. I want to change my mind. Oh, yes, I do, y'all. wanna change my mind. I wanna change my mind.
Well, y'all women something else today. Y'all gonna stick together. But she can't, let me tell you why she can't change her mind. Let me tell you why she can't change her mind. She can't change her mind because it hurts so good, doesn't it? This Monique just for you. Shout out to my man Ace.
First you take my heart in the palm of your hands and you squeeze it tight. Then you take my mind.
They don't just say run.
It's all night. You take my pride and you throw it up against the wall. You take me in your arms, baby, and bounce me like a rubber ball. I'm not complaining. What you're doing, you see. 'Cause this hurt feeling is ooh so good to me. Don't you know that it hurts so good? Don't you know that it hurts so good? Ooh, take my name, scandalize it in the streets. Anything you wanna do or say is alright with me. Turn right around and make sweet love to me. Ooh, wee, baby, shown up good to me. 'Cause baby, these things you're doing to me, it hurts so bad, but it's worth all the misery. 'Cause it hurts so good. Don't you know that it hurts so good?
Don't get fired, Sarah.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, oh, ooh, baby. Ooh, boy. Please don't ever take the hurt off me. 'Cause it would hurt even worse if you'd ever leave.
Oh, yes, it would.
Even though sometimes it's hard for me to bear.
This hurt is killing me.
I make myself whole lot. 'Cause if it kills me, I don't care. 'Cause baby, I don't want you to ever quit. It ain't no good till it hurts a little bit. 'Cause it
Think about it, Sister Kelly. What you think about it?
don't you know that it hurts so good? Oh, baby, it hurts so good. Don't you ever stop now, baby. Don't stop, baby. It hurts so good.
What you say, Lady Audrey?
Don't you know that it
One of the women say you gotta speak for yourself. Man.
good, brother, baby? It's so good.
Guess what? While he out there messing up,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've been running around this town for quite a while, thinking you're the king of every single mile. You got your diamond ring and your shiny Cadillac, never thinking about the woman who's got your back. You're out there chasing shadows in the dark of night, thinking everything you do is gonna be all right. But while you're busy hunting for a brand new thrill, there's a vacuum in your house that you'll never feel.
I sure would, Leroy.
You're checking in the motels under a different name, playing a dangerous and a dirty little game. But the clock is ticking and the sun is gonna rise, and you're gonna see the truth within her lonely eyes. Who's making love to your old lady while you were out making love? Who's making love to your old lady while you were out making love to someone else's lady? Yeah, to someone else's lady. You come home early with a guilty kind of grin, smelling like some perfume and a little taste of gin. You ask her how her day was with a hollow tone, never realizing that she wasn't there alone. The sheets are still warm on the side where you sleep. There are secrets in this house that she's gonna keep. You think you're the master of the big deception, but you're the one who's heading for a rude reception. You're giving all your money to a stranger's hand, while your own foundation is sinking in the sand. What goes around is coming back to haunt your soul. You've lost the only thing
do, Yogi?
that you could once control. Who's making love to your old lady while you were out making love? Who's making love to your old lady while you were out making love to someone else's lady? Yeah, to someone else's lady. Oh, it's a heavy price you pay for the life you lead, planting all those bitter and those lonely seeds. You're out there being bold and you're being brave, but you're digging out a deep and a lonely grave. Don't be surprised when you find the door is locked and your whole entire world has been truly shocked. Who's making love to your old lady while you were out making love? Who's making love to your old lady while you were out making love to someone else's lady? Yeah, yeah, to someone else's lady. Yeah, you better think about it tonight while you're out there doing wrong. Girl, that ain't right. He at home with your kids, holding
Y'all see where I'm going with it?
his paw.
gotta take care of the fellas too.
You're out late drinking love, playing games with his heart. Phone off, no reply. He calling, you decline. Out there laughing with that dude while he home losing you. You ain't right, girl.
No, y'all ain't. Talking about these fellas tonight.
What you doing ain't enough. You ain't right, girl. Look close.
I gotta be fair.
In your own home. He ain't loud, he just hurt. Still there, put you first. But you out crossing lines, acting like it's alright. You ain't right, girl. That's the truth. All that love he gave you.
That's right, Lady Audrey.
You ain't right, girl. Don't play. You gon' lose him this way. Listen. A good man don't stay forever. You keep doing that, he gone. One day he gon' leave. No more talk, no more please. Then you see what you had when it's gone too late. You ain't right, girl. Fix it now. Ooh, ooh. Turn it around right now. You ain't right, girl. Don't wait. Ooh, ooh. Love like that don't stay.
That's right, Sister Galloway.
Get it together. Ooh, get it together.
We both somewhere between right and wrong, ain't we?
Listen to me. I can hardly wait to see you tonight, my love. Oh, my love. I can hardly wait to hold you tonight, my love. Oh, my love. All of these years,
Go to the cafe for a minute.
this has been going on.
To the cafe for a second, y'all.
We've been saying we gotta leave each other alone. And all of these years, this has been going on. We've been living somewhere between right and wrong. We go where the darkness hides the truth of me loving you and you loving me. We know someday we're gonna have to cut it all loose, but we ain't ready. We ain't ready to be free. We know what we're doing feels so right, but we know how we're doing it is wrong. We meet in a different room each and every night, making love till the morning takes us home. Somewhere well between right and wrong, each time we meet, new feelings are born. After all of this time, we can't leave each other alone. We keep living somewhere between right and wrong. I can hardly wait, well, Lord, to kiss you tonight. Oh, my love. Oh, my love. How can something so wrong always feel so right? Oh, my love. Said my love. All of these years this has been going on. We keep saying we gotta leave each other alone. All of these years it's been going on. We keep living somewhere between right and wrong. Somewhere between right and wrong. Each time we meet, new feelings are born.
Watch out, Sarah.
After all of this time, we can't leave each other alone. We keep living somewhere between right and wrong. After all of this time, we can't leave each other alone. We're living somewhere between right and wrong.
Boy, y'all know if Walls could talk, especially if Bessie Mays on a Sunday night. Boy, Walls could talk, man. But Walls could talk.
If these walls could talk, I don't think I'd like what they'd say. If this bed could whisper, someone's been sleeping where I lay. If I had a nickel, I'd be rich. For every time somebody hung up in my face, this old house would have a story to tell. So if anyone has one for sale, I need a home away from a home. In this house, there's just too much cheating going on. I need a home away from a home. In this house, there's just too much cheating going on. I wish this telephone could leave a message every time you make plans to meet someone else. And that old clock, instead of telling time, oh, I wish it would tell me who just left. There's so many secrets in these old rooms. They're trying to tell me there's someone else. I need a new place, oh, to get away. 'Cause these old walls, they got too much to say. I need a home away from a home. In this house, there's just too much cheating going on. I need a home away from a home. In this house, there's just too much cheating going on. Whoa. I need a new place. Oh, I just got to get away. These old walls, they got too much to say. I need a home away from a home. In this house, there's just too much cheating going on. I need a home away from a home. In this house, there's just too much cheating going on. I need a home away from a home. Oh, gotta get away. Gotta get away. Anybody out there got a home for sale? 'Cause these old walls got too much to tell. Oh, I gotta get away. Oh, I got to get away. Too much cheating going on. I need a home away from home. I got to get away. I only meant to love you. Didn't you know it, babe? Didn't you know it? Why couldn't you be content with the love I gave? Oh yeah, I gave you my heart, but you wanted my mind.
That's late, Arden.
Oh yeah, your love scared me to death, girl. Oh, it's a choking kind. That's all it is.
That's right, Sister Calloway.
You kill a man.
A lot of folks.
With a bottle of poison or knife, I know you can't rather hurt him more to take his pride, rather run his life. Oh, it's a shame, girl. Whatever it is, girl, I surely hope you find. Oh yeah, I tell you that hat don't fit my head. Oh, it's a choking kind. Oh, yeah, it make me wanna. Oh, yeah. Oh, Mr. Train, when you fall in love again, girl, take a tip from me. Oh, yeah. If you don't like a peach, walk on by the tree. That's what you better do, honey.
Say when it's dangerous.
Girl, keep it, treat it sweet and kind. Oh, yeah.
Sarah says dangerous.
Oh, make it the choking kind. Oh, no. Don't break your heart, baby. Oh no, I know you love me. Really, I do, honey. I tell you, your love still getting better. It's the choking kind. That's all it is. I got to say it again. It's that war.
You know, I gotta send y'all home on some JT. Just before I go, I gotta send you home on some JT.
3 times this morning, I put my phone to my ear. I dialed your number, let it ring, but baby, no one was there. When I ran to your house, found your room unoccupied. I checked the drawers and closets, but they were empty inside. And I panicked inside. Oh, I panicked to think part of my life had gone away. And I panicked not knowing how would I live another day. 'Cause I love you. And I need you. And I want you, baby. And I panic inside. I walked on wanting to turn back the hand of time. Just one more chance, I'll make you see you shouldn't leave me behind. That ain't right, baby. You would be convinced my love is here to stay, and it's not a game I'm playing. I want a house and kids someday. I want love and run away. Oh, I panic to think part of my life had gone away. And I panic not knowing how will I live another day. 'Cause I love you, can't you see it in my eyes? And I need you. And I want you, baby. And I panic inside. I didn't want to get frantic, but I just had to panic. Oh, and I panic. Oh, I panic to think part of my life had gone away. And I panic not knowing how can I live another day. I just couldn't keep my cool, 'cause I was losing you. I didn't want to get frantic, but I just had to panic. Oh, baby, since you've gone away, how can I live? How can I live another day? Oh, I panic.
Yeah, sir, I got off button.
How can I live without you, baby?
So let me tell y'all, Sarah used to hang out at Bessie's, and they had a club. A bunch of women and men, they wear their t-shirts. I forgot what that shirt said, but they were all it's a get drunk club or something like that. They all had on shirts. They would sit at the table over at Bessie's, and it was a whole lot of fun. But they wear they t-shirts, and they'll say they would get drunk. So it's a lady named Mama Shirley. She's a waitress off in Bessie's, and I was jamming so hard, and she's ready to go, and them folk didn't want to leave, and Sarah was in there that night. She came over there. Mama Shirley had them Coke bottle glasses on. She looked at me. I mean, them thick glasses too. She's an older lady. She said, "Don't you have an out button on that, Papa? See, I'm ready to go home because it was Sunday night. It was kind of cold outside, and people were still ready to party. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 something in the morning. By 2:10, I was still playing. And she came over there, came over to the DJ booth. She said, "Hey, don't you have an out button?" I said, "Yeah, Mama Shirley, I'm going to cut it off," because she said she's ready to go home. Thank you, Sister Calloway. I really appreciate y'all hanging out. And as it was a conversation, Jay King was really enlightening. And I was happy to have a Mad Hatter on there. But so I say, man, I'm going to play some music tonight, play some music because y'all hung out with me all night long. So, because I thought having the Mad Hatter and having Jay King that, I was going to give them 30 minutes apiece. And it was going to be a wrap because when I talked to Mad Hatter, I actually talked to him. I was at the studio at 102 and we talked about him coming on the show. He said, well, we were talking on the phone. He said, well, I'm going to be leaving 102. So I'm going to talk to you before I get home because I won't be able to talk to you. I won't talk to you when I get home because my little boy will be all over me. I said, okay, well, I'll make it real short so you can leave. He said, yeah. So, obviously conversation, got good. And you see what happened. He went an hour and Jay King, he's in California, and I talked to his, you don't talk to him. When I call this number, he has a publisher. She answers. She does all the scheduling. She answers all his questions. The access I had with him is tonight. We talk once, but other than that, when I want to talk to him, I talk to her, and she answers all his questions. She does the scheduling. So I called her today and say, listen, I have one guest on before him, so bring him in about that time. California time is going to be about 5:40 because they're 2 hours behind us. So I didn't know that the Mad Hatter was going to go for an hour, with Uncle Funky, which I'm glad he waited because some of the information he gave me on Kamala, which I wish he still would have won over that nut we got in the White House, but I've heard that about her before. So make what you want of that. But Sister Calloway was very informative. And he knows a lot. And I'm going to bring him back on the show, but I don't think I'm going to bring him back by himself. And because I need a lot of those artists that he's connected with. I'm going to call him because I want some more R&B artists on the show, which I have a lot more coming up. I made a lot of good contacts, but he was a needle in a haystack, he was a nugget because he gave us some, he had something to say. So I didn't mind, but since you all hung out with me, I wanted to show my appreciation. Thank you, Sarah Willer. Yeah, I wanted to show my appreciation for you all like I always do because I don't take it for granted, Sister Calloway, Leroy Allen, Lady Audrey, and everybody else who's hanging out with me. I mean, I really appreciate it every Monday night. And I told y'all, I look forward to Monday nights because, one, I like to talk. I like interviewing the guests. Thank you, Miss Monique. I really appreciate you. Tell my man Ace from Lafayette, I said, what's up? And Ace and Miss Monique, they come by the club on Sunday nights to hang out with me a little bit. But yeah, he was very informative, so I didn't mind staying up. Plus, I don't have to be at work in the morning. I don't have to be at work till tomorrow evening, so I'm good. Yeah, so I know y'all sleeping late too, and some of y'all at work. But I gotta send a shout out to Mr. Valentine. I can't take a Valentine name, but he would come inside the club, and he was the guy with the flowers, and he was the guy who would take pictures. He was hit by a car and killed, but he's been coming to every club that you can think of in Houston on the South Side. I'm about to watch Jason Lyrics. Yes, we'll tell him. Okay. Yeah, but he was every club that you can think of on the South Side I've ever played at. He came in and take pictures and hand out flowers. Well, sell flowers and all this stuff. But he was hitting kills off emancipation by a car. So he's been all over social media, and he's going to be on the news. They got an article came out about him. So y'all keep his family lifting up in prayers. But we'll do it again next week. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. I always appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It's 10 o'clock and y'all didn't go nowhere. So I wasn't going nowhere. I got it saying. I try to live by. You tell one truth. You can prevent 1,000 lies. It's a good saying, though. Well, I had so much fun. I'm telling y'all. I mean, I have fun every Monday night, but I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to pick a Monday night. Good night, Lady Audrey. Leroy, drive safe. Put your seatbelt on. It's past your bedtime, too, Sister Calloway. Thank y'all so much. God bless. Love y'all. Have a good night.